Hello and welcome back to ESA Summer 21. My name is Sam Without a Plan, and I'm excited to be your host today for Joe's run of Saints Row. We are raising money this week for Save the Children, and of course, links to donate can be found below the stream. We would like to thank Twitch and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. We also had a incentive bid war here for the character creation in Saints Row with Keanu Reeves versus Waluigi, with Waluigi coming on top at $365 donated. So thank you so much for those generous donations. And Joe, let's bring it over to you. Good luck with the run.
Thank you very, very much. Okay, so here is Waluigi. Obviously, it's a perfect recreation. Sadly, there's no Waluigi hat, so I had to give him a purple afro, but it's, I'm sure you'll agree, basically the same thing. But yeah, no, I'm ready to go whenever. The timing will start. There's gonna be an opening cutscene. The timing starts 3 seconds from when I skip the cutscene. So I will give you a countdown. I'm really happy that Waluigi made it. Okay, here we go. So 3, 2, 1, go. So we are off. This is Saints Row 1 for the Xbox 360. I hope you all enjoy. And I hope that you like Saints Row. Because if you don't, well, I'm afraid you're in for like 3.5 hours of it. So we're going to start off the run by getting our bottom handed to us. It's faster to lose that opening fight than it is to do it successfully. There is actually a different outcome if you do the fight. If you were to fight all the enemies and win, you actually get $1,000 as opposed to 200. But we only need 200 because we're going to buy 2 lots of ammo here. We're going to shoot the store to get a wanted level, and a police car will follow us. And you will notice during this run, oh my god, did we actually get a 69 cop car straight off the bat? That is ridiculous. Troy, could you get in? Troy, could you get in, please? Okay, that's amazing. So obviously there's 100 permutations of cop car numbers that you can get. And obviously we got the best one straight off the bat. Oh, I'm getting owned by traffic. But anyway, as I was saying, the cop car is a car that we get a lot during this run. It's not the fastest car in the game, but it's definitely the fastest readily available car. Every car in this game has a speed rating from 0 to 100. The cop car sits at 85, I believe. So it's pretty damn up there, pretty high up there in terms of overall speed. And we can get it pretty frequently because, one, they spawn fairly regularly on the overworld, but also they can be like sort of manipulated into existence by like robbing a store, because robbing a store gives you 2 wanted stars, and 2 wanted stars is the level of wantedness. It's not really a word, but the level of wantedness that you need to have the police come and chase you. So that was the first mission of the game done. The cool thing I think about this run is that it's only very recently sort of been worked on by myself and another person in the community by the name of Caster TM, who roots a lot of GTA games as well. They're very, very clever, and this game would be nowhere near as fast as it is if it was not for Caster. So I just went into that store and I bought a knife and some grenades, which are going to be very important very shortly. One thing that I should explain about this run is sort of the mission structure in terms of how Saints Row works, because it's not like GTA in that you can just go and accept any mission at any point. To accept a mission, you need to have at least one respect. The respect bar is the bar that is up in the top right-hand corner, the purple one underneath my health and stamina. Could you get in the car, please, miss? Thank you very much. So the way that you gain respect is by doing certain side activities, and during the run we will be doing the activities that are both the quickest and that give the most respect. I'll be sure to call out those activities as they go. I'm going to run over this pimp and pick up these ladies. This activity is essentially you're meant to be taking away territory from other pimps. And it is donezo. So when I was getting the grenade earlier, it is for this strat now, which hopefully I don't mess up. I've gotten it pretty consistently recently. There's a fairly easy lineup, but sometimes the gang member can... Okay, that should be fine. There you go. So we know that he's dead. So usually you're meant to do that mission. You're meant to sort of go into that shop and storm the enemy gang members and kill them all. But we don't actually have to do that. We can just go around the corner and throw a grenade over the fence, which is where the enemy lieutenant was living. Well, not living, but it's where he was. And just like that, the stronghold is over. So we're going to park in a specific place here to hopefully teleport these guys into my car. There we go. If they teleport into the car, there is no door opening animation, so that's nice and fast. So along with activities that we use to gain respect, there is also another thing that we can do, which is tagging up enemy turf. And a lot of the route that is involved with this game, and a lot of the fun, I suppose, in the route, is we are going to be taking the tags that are sort of, optimal to get, as it were. So I'm going to go get that one. And then we're going to go get this one over yonder. Also, a small little tip is that I am double tapping Y as I get out of the car, because it gives you a faster car exiting animation. Also, usually, what you'll see a lot during this run is me jumping on top of cars to get in them, because it skips the door animation. We don't do that when we have companions, however, because companions start getting into the car from the moment that you press Y. So if we were to jump on the car and car warp into the vehicle... Oh, nice, we got that run over. That's really nice. That guy likes to jump out of the way because he's not a nice man. We got that run over, but we unfortunately did not end him. But we can finish him off with a quick 1-2. And then this guy, who blew himself up on the barrels. So sadly, very, very sadly, we have to say goodbye to the 69 cop car, because we need to lose the cops here, and the way that we do that is by shooting that poor man in the face. Come on, Julius and Troy, we need to get in the car. But that effectively loses the cops, obviously. So I'm going to try and get a quick dialogue skip here. Did not get it. There's a chance that if you hold handbrake as you enter a mission objective, that it can sort of skip to the next phase without having the dialogue to fully play. Didn't get it that time. Cool. So now you can see that I've got 1 respect, and I'm going to use up that 1 respect. During the early game, the respect is very sort of thin on the ground. Can't think of a better way to put it. Here I'm going to car warp in. That's the car warp. That just works on every car ever. Nothing special. But yeah, so the early game, you'll notice that I am sort of between missions. I'm running between sort of like 1 respect to 1 respect, and doing it that way. But that does change shortly. Eventually, we're going to stop doing missions and have a bit of a grind for respect. You know what it's like on that grind set. So we're going to go get some tattoos here. The reason why we're getting these specific tattoos is because they give me a bonus to my respect. They give me a 10% modifier to my respect. And later on, we're going to be getting some fancy jewelry, because again, gives us more respect, and we can bump ourselves up to a 15 respect modifier. I don't know about you, but I also respect people that have piercings because I could not do it myself. It seems like it'd be really painful. So hopefully I've got not that much ammo here. So I'm going to have to do this combat fairly slowly. There we go, it's probably fine. Oops, Daisy, I didn't walk into the marker. Okay, so we have to go get the keys from TNA. Now this is actually a really risky, what I'm about to do is going to be a really risky strat. The reason why it's risky is because there's lots of enemies that shoot you and they have stronger weapons usually than I do. And I'm going to just casually crash into that poor civilian. I'm sorry. But hopefully my aim is true. Hopefully my aim is true, he says. Oh, my health, my poor health. Okay, so I'm taking a really slow route out of this club, but that's only because I am so scared for my health right now. I would have come out the way that I went in, but if that would have meant sort of running back across more gang members, and I am a weenie, so I didn't do that. Thankfully, this game has sort of auto health regeneration. I'm going to hope that that gang car does not block the door, but he's probably going to because he's a nasty man. I'm going to go rescue these hostages. Come with me, ladies. I do like that when you rescue them, they're cowering on the floor, but then the moment that they actually get out of here, they just, like, run towards these enemy gang members with guns and try and punch them in the face. I mean, I suppose I would probably also try to punch someone in the face if they tried to kidnap me. Whoa! That dude just threw a pipe bomb! Okay. So, unfortunately, he just destroyed my homies. And I am on fire. Okay, this is less than ideal. I'm gonna have to deal with these gang members because I'm gonna need to revive these homies. Don't get in the car. Revive the homie. Okay, here we go. Revive this homie. Revive this homie. And get in the car. And then everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Perfect. Flawless execution right there. That's actually how that mission's meant to go. Genuinely though, the cause of many shenanigans and hijinks and tomfoolery in this run, it's pretty much all caused by the AI companions in this game, who very often will not do the thing that you want them to do, and in fact will do the very opposite of what you want them to do. But that's part of the fun of running the game. Just the absolute sheer chaos. Thankfully, we don't have any gang members following us, which is really nice. Again, because they can cause lots of sort of shenanigans with these ladies. They can stop them from getting back in the cop car, things like that. But not too shabby all round. So again, I was taking those specific tags because I had to get back up to 1 respect. I needed to get back up to 1 respect because I need 1 respect to take the next mission. But after this next mission is accepted, which is just around the corner. Oops, Daisy, I did not mean to reverse. My cop car is going to be a little bit further away than I would like. But yeah, it's quite annoying whenever you do get set on fire in this game, because when you're set on fire, you're essentially rendered helpless. I mean, I guess it's game's super realistic in that regard, because yeah, you can't sort of interact with anything, and all your animations sort of, they don't take priority over the being on fire. So the reason why I swapped out my cop car there will become apparent very soon. I will talk about that more when it actually becomes relevant, but for now I need to get on with doing the mission itself. So there's 2 gang outpost stations here, and they're essentially cooking up something that they shouldn't be cooking up. I'm going to hope that this guy does not pop my tires, because he has a penchant for doing that. Okay, so I'm going to stop production at this warehouse. And he did not pop my tires. That's really nice. Driving with popped tires in this game is basically the worst thing ever. So you really want to avoid it whenever you can, especially because the section that we're going to do after this bit is very heavily driving focused. But there we go. That's that mission donezo. So now the reason why I swapped the cop car will become apparent. I'm going to do one of the side activities called insurance fraud. And what insurance fraud entails is, I'm actually going to quit out the level and restart it again because it's not a good starting zone. I got the same starting zone again. Okay, that's a bit of a better zone. Where's my cop car? There you go, just phasing out of existence. Don't worry about it. So the whole point of insurance fraud is that we need to cause ourselves a lot of damage. More damage than playing Saints Row anyway would give us mentally. And we are rated on the severity of our crash. You can see up in the top left-hand corner, you can see our total that we need to hit. Those totals are increasing per level. I'm actually restarting the activity again because I got another really bad zone. But that one is pretty good. So I'm going to carry on with this one. Essentially, there's two zones in this activity where we really don't want to visit if we can help it. Also, insurance fraud is a good activity for finding tags, because generally insurance fraud takes place over a pretty large area of a specific part of the city, which lets us go around and visit lots of separate parts of the city and basically gets us lots of opportunities to take tags, which is, again, good for our respect. And the reason why another reason why the cop car is so important is that when we're doing all of these crashes, we actually get a bonus to our money gained in insurance fraud. If we do it in a cop car, you get a civil vehicle bonus. You can do it with both you can do it with a mail truck, with an ambulance, and with a garbage truck. But the reason why we do it with a cop car is, one, because they're one of the fastest cars in the game, and two, because to actually eject through the windshield like we were doing, you actually need a pretty decent amount of speed for that. So it's much harder to do that with the other civil vehicles. We're taking a small detour from our insurance fraud activity to pick up the Hitman activity. Now, this is actually a really recent development in the run. We didn't used to do Hitman, but when we were doing our initial rerouting of the game, because when I started running this game, just for context, the record was 5 hours long, 5 hours and 13 minutes, something like that. And then when I started running this game and Caster helped me route it, we have sort of really decimated that total. The record at the moment is 3.5 hours. So really brought that time down a lot by almost two full hours. But when we did our initial rerouting, we didn't use Hitman, but then another runner who, unfortunately, they don't interact with the community too much. I don't know if it's... I don't think their English speaking ability, they don't seem very confident in it, so unfortunately we can't ask them questions or something, but they uploaded this run to YouTube where they were doing a much faster route that was including this Hitman activity. And what Hitman entails is that throughout the world there are certain civilian models, like actual gameplay models, that you have to kill with specific weapons, and when you do that you get a bonus to your respect. So if you can weave those Hitman targets in between insurance fraud, you can get a faster rate of respect gain, essentially. So unfortunately these are not good crashes right now. Ideally, like level 1 to 3, you really want to do sort of like straight off the bat. There we go, so that's a little bit nicer. That man just hit my car. So again, whenever you can see on the mini-map, whenever we get that triangle, that blue triangle in the left-hand bottom left-hand corner. That means that the zone is above us, and we know if it's above us that the zone is over yonder. And that's whenever it's done that, I have always changed my activity and restarted, because this zone is much further out of the way than the other zones. Sadly, because of the location of when I got this zone, it wasn't really feasible that I could restart the zone, or at least it wouldn't have been quicker at any rate. So we have to drive all the way over here and get 100,000. I do want to say that's pretty much insurance fraud explained. The rest of insurance fraud, there's 8 levels of it. I'm on level 4 now. It's a really good time for donations, because all I'm doing is going around and crashing my car. So if there's any donations or anything you want to read out, now would be a fantastic time to do it.
Yeah, we definitely have some donations. We have a $5 donation from Clowns that says, "I love you, Joe."
Aw, I love you too, Clowns.
We have a $6.90 donation from Josh Munz that says, "Nice."
Hell yeah.
And really quickly, I just want to let everyone know that we are having an incentive here for the Saints Row a GameStop t-shirt to the moon for just the cost of a single stock. Joe will equip a GameStop t-shirt for the run. The goal is $180, and right now we are sitting at $6.90. So make sure to get your donations in for that. I personally want to see it, so let's get that going.
That wasn't when I initially submitted the run, I didn't think about it, but I was playing around casually with the game a couple of days ago, and when I'm playing around casually, I was checking out the cheats like a dirty cheater that I am, obviously. But the in-game cheat is actually a promotion that they ran with GameStop when the game came out, that you can actually get a GameStop t-shirt in-game. So I suppose this would be the opposite. I want everybody right now to have paper hands, not diamond hands, because you need to donate to the run. Or to the incentive. So this insurance fraud is pretty slow at the moment. I'm not getting any great crashes. But it's sort of just expected. There's a lot of variance. In fact, I actually can't take that zone. I'm going to have to go and change my cop car, which does waste time. You can see that there's 3 levels of sort of car health. There's when your car is healthy, when your car has white smoke, means that it's pretty bashed up, but still doable. And then when it's got black smoke, it means you're essentially 1 crash away, or maybe 2 crashes away from blowing up. And we do not want to blow up, because despite the fact that we do want to damage ourselves, we don't want to kill ourselves, because that will actually end the mission. Are you kidding? So I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. The amount of times that I've been running this game for, I don't know, probably like 7 months now or something like that. Probably put in, or I'd say probably like 100 hours or so. I've gotten a 69 cop car, maybe, I don't know, I want to say like 3 or 4 times. So to get it twice in one run, especially in a marathon run, it's sort of a meme on my stream. So the fact that it's actually happened here is, I can say nothing other than very nice. Apparently I can't get in this cop car. Please let me in, sir. Okay, there we go. This zone is not a great zone, honestly. There's not many good places. Oh, he says as he proceeds to get 381,000, but that's pretty nice. So I'm on level 7 now. I've got 2 zones left of insurance fraud to go. And this, honestly, it's an average insurance fraud. There's a lot of variance into how good an insurance fraud can go. For reference, in my PB at the moment, which is like a 328, that's a really nice crash. In my PB, which is a 328, I can save almost 3.5 minutes on this split alone. So that should give you sort of an idea of the kind of variance that you can expect with insurance fraud. Something that you might notice is up in the top left-hand corner, sometimes rather than just counting the money that I get, it will just say plus lots. When it says plus lots, that means that I have met that level of insurance fraud's activity in one crash. And that's a really nice, to be fair, so this insurance fraud wasn't great, but the level 7 and 8 here have been fantastic. If we could get it right now... Okay, that one was only 7,000. That's a weenie crash. Weenie Hut Jr. Okay. Let's get that bread. Okay, again, not a great crash. And level 8 is obviously the... Level 8 is the zone where you want the highest amount of money for your crashes. That's fantastic. Just 15,000 more left. Or 12,000 even. Hopefully we get it off this wall. We did get it off that wall. Fandabby dozy. So that's not actually too bad. Not too shabby. I'm going to do something now which may or may not be the right idea. And to be fair, so... I'm not sure how to explain it really, but part of the reason why I love this game so much, why I've loved running this game so much, is that in every other speed game that I've ever done, the route is always, you know, sort of fairly rigid. There's always like an optimal strat to do, and you're pretty much always aware of the optimal strat and the backups in certain situations. The reason why I love this run so much is because there is a lot of thinking on the fly about what might be the best thing to do, and how to essentially making the best of a bad situation, or even making the best of a good situation. So something that I could have done after that mission, after I finished insurance fraud, something that I could have done was take a taxi to this mission. Now, taking a taxi takes about 1 minute. From calling up the taxi to getting in the taxi and then going to your destination, waiting for the load screen, etc. So I made the call that I was less than a minute away if I was to just drive in a police car. And I was correct in that assumption, which is really good because that means that I now have a police car for this mission. Whereas before, I would have only had a taxi. And a taxi is very slow compared to a police car. I'm not actually sure what the top speed of a taxi is, but it's not 85, I'll tell you that much. Or 80, no, I think a cop car is 80. Maybe. As you can tell, very experienced runner. I'm very bad with the stats. There's actually there's a regular in my chat called Cadnaz. He's much better at remembering all the stats, etc. than I am. I do try to learn them, but I've unfortunately got a memory like a sieve, so it tends to be that I forget certain statistics. But for this mission, we are going to take Troy to hijack this truck. And now there's a huge skip actually coming up. It's actually a 1.5-minute skip, which is entirely random. At least, well, no, sorry, it's not entirely random. I can manipulate it. However, I'm not sure what causes the manipulation. Again, very serious speed game. Please, everybody, run Saints Row. While Troy is hijacking that truck, hot wiring it, I'm going to go take this tag down here. There's going to be a gang member out here, and I'm going to steal their car. Unfortunately, I need to be, if you look on the on the minimap, I need to be in that red circle for Troy to follow me. But he is now following me, so that's nice. The one thing that is quite good about this game, specifically Saints Row 1, is a lot of the stats and information about missions is actually contained within the wiki. Unfortunately, the dude's name escapes me, but there is just one dude who makes all of the edits on the wiki, really dedicated to making sure that the Saints Row wiki is accurate. So shout out to that guy. You are more dedicated than I am. So this man is pushing me. I do not want him to push me, because he could push me out of the red zone. So here is the skip, the fabled skip. Hopefully Troy keeps on driving down the road. Troy is stuck. No, Troy is going to be nasty today. So he's taken this route, which is a lot slower, which means, unfortunately, we do not save 1 minute and a half. But as I said, that skip is very strange. You can park your car in a certain way to try and manipulate him into dodging your car and being sort of, you know, pushed onto the correct AI path. But in terms of what causes that, or in terms of what causes that or makes that happen, I unfortunately do not know. I am stuck. I am stuck. Please help. Car stuck. Car stuck. I need a help. I need a car that is not that. That would be nice. Game. Thank you. You are a car that is not that. I just robbed that lady by jumping. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if you were just going about your day, some dude jumps on top of your car and all of a sudden you're out on the pavement? That would be scary. And also not possible. Let's stop that man from shooting us. So now that we are doing this the normal way, we just have to wait a little bit for Troy to actually, like, sort of catch up to us. This person's going to shoot us because they are nasty. Just trying to escort a truck, bro. Could you please... Why'd he get out his car? Seems very unintuitive, but the AI in this game has... There are wonders untold. Also, something that's interesting during this mission is you can see up in the top left-hand corner that the truck has a health bar. You're pretty much never in danger of that ever being blown up. The truck is so tanky. I don't think it's ever blown up for me, actually. Touch wood, maybe. But it's very, very strong. Troy, are you stuck? Troy, sir. There you go. So we're gonna escort... Oh, I want that cop car. I'm gonna shoot him. Oh! Oh, that cop car's... I don't want it anymore. No, Troy is now stuck. Oh, no. Okay, so that's less than ideal. That's less than ideal. But never mind. We have finished the level. Cool. So now, another side effect from doing that insurance fraud activity, it does give us lots of respect, but it does also give us lots of cash. And we like lots of cash, because it lets us buy things. And we are right now... So, remember when I was talking about that Hitman mission, that Hitman activity earlier? And that we have to kill certain civilian models with certain weapons? I'm going to go and buy those weapons that I need. Going to buy one of these, lots of SMG ammo, because SMG ammo is pretty much the not the gold standard. I can't think of a good word for it. You gotta get to the mills before the Carnales kill us all. What? I mean, okay, so I wasn't expecting to explain that for another 2 hours. I have never gotten a gang pushback this early in the run, and I have no idea why it's happened. Okay, we'll forget about that for now. That's really interesting. And to be fair, that might actually come back later on in the run, and that could actually be a problem. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm really confused. Sorry, that's completely thrown me off my kilter. Why did it do that? So anyway, let's just forget about that for now. Let's go and attack these men. So these men are attacking the row, and we have to defend the row. which we are doing thusly. Hello, sir. Okay, no. I have to take 2 seconds to process what's just happened. The gang pushback is a mechanic in the game where essentially as you do your missions in the game, you take over certain parts of the map, and there is a random chance for the enemies to do what's called a pushback, and for you to have to go back and revisit that area of the map to go and reclaim it for your gang, the 3rd Street Saints. But yeah, it does not happen that early, ever. This man has a rocket launcher, which we want. And that is the mission done, and my car is stuck. Oh no, that man has a burger. Ah, we should have gotten the burger, but I was not thinking on my feet quick enough. All of these cars suck. I'm gonna take the one that is least suck out of all of those. Actually, to be fair, the slingshot was probably the better call, but never mind. Anyhow, so the way that we have done our route, the gang pushback shouldn't happen for about 2 hours. So the reason that it's happened now, I have no idea. But the good news is that there is obviously a lot of variance that you can have with those gang pushbacks. Because depending on the zone that you get, you might get one that takes a long time, or you might get one that takes a short amount of time. Now, the one that we got is actually the best gang pushback in the entire game, so I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just very confused what happened now, and I am slightly concerned about it. The reason being because I'm concerned that if I got one this early, I might still get another one later on, and then obviously that's more gang pushbacks than we would usually have in a normal route. But we'll see. On this mission, we have a bomb in our car, and this crazed man is trying to follow us. We do not want him to follow us. I'm going to try and do my best to lose him. He's still following me. Okay, oh, we might be good. He might have just messed himself over. We're going to take a small little shortcut through this area and hope that he does not follow. Yeah, we should be good here. Should be fine. Okay. I'm just trying to mentally reset from whatever just happened, because I'm gonna have to go back and see what I did differently, and because getting a gang, like the good news is that if that gang pushback counts as our first gang pushback in the run, and we don't get another one, that would be fantastic. Because at this point in the run, there's only so many different. We've only done like two or three missions, which means that the acceptable amount of places that we can get a gang pushback is reduced. And like I said, getting the mills is literally the best one that you want because it is the shortest. Sadly, I have to say goodbye to this officer because he has a fast car. As I rode away from that man, the guy with the shotgun took out my wheel, which I'm very upset about because it's going to make this cop car harder to drive. But no worries. Just about to take a small detour before doing some more insurance fraud. The detour that we're taking now is to get extra. I remember I did actually say earlier, just like we got tattoos for 10% respect, we're about to get some bling jewelry and some pimp shades. That's not just me trying to sound cool, that's actually what they're called, to get 15% respect. There's the pimp shades.
Do we have time for a couple donations real quick?
We do indeed.
We have a huge donation of $200.69 from Gridline. No comment, but thank you so much for that donation. Also, that means that our GameStop to the Moon incentive has been met.
Nice, lovely. I can equip that fairly shortly, actually. So that's actually pretty good. After I've done insurance fraud, I can equip that T-shirt. So that's good. Thank you, Gridline. Gridline is both a member of a big member of my girlfriend's community, and is an extremely charitable person. Thank you so much. So we're doing more insurance fraud now. So, I mean, if there is anything that you want to read out, because I'm just going to be crashing my car a bunch of times again for the next, 5 or so minutes.
Sounds good. We have a $5 donation from Peppermint Bubble that says, "Thanks for helping me sort out my sleeping schedule after ruining it to play video games. Much love to the ferrets and good luck on the run, Joe. Love from Finland."
Thank you, Peppermint.
We also have an anonymous donation of $6.90 that just says, "Nice 2.0."
Amazing.
We have a $73 donation from Steno. No comment, but thank you so much for your donation.
Damn, some big monies.
We also have a $50 donation from user Namiels. "Why doesn't the truck blow up after a couple gentle taps? Didn't these game developers know what escort missions are all about?"
That's not a bad shout, actually. Trust me, this game has its fair share of that kind of thing, but thankfully the truck mission is not one of them. Oh, so something that I'm going to do now, please don't crash into me, sir. I'm going to cancel the activity because I need to kill Julia. I'm so sorry, Julia. It was not meant to be. So she is one of the Hitman targets that I was talking about earlier. And again, is part of the reason why I do like this run so much. Not because I get to shoot old ladies, but because I have to constantly be vigilant and aware of the civilian models that are around me, and also be vigilant in terms of, because there's 3 lots of the Hitman activity, so there's 3 sort of sets of characters that you can get, or that you have to find. The ones that you have to get is dependent on the weapon set that you currently have, bought or equipped in your inventory. So it's always sort of like a bit of on-the-fly thinking as to whether you can actually get that person or not. So hopefully we get some big crashes from this wall. This wall is one of the most consistent walls in the entire game for getting crashes. I've actually before managed to get like a $2 million crash from this wall. So hopefully we can get some of that. Okay, that is the opposite of 2 million. That is 0. That's not really the opposite, but you know what I mean. Okay. Well, we got level 4 in one go, basically, but I'll be honest, usually the crashes against that wall are a little bit more spectacular. Sadly, we didn't get it this run, but let's go. So what kind of cop cars do we have? We have 70 and 81. Neither of those are funny numbers, but we'll take the 81, I suppose. Also, I should probably mention, with Peppermint's donation, they said, much love to the ferrets. That's not just... if you don't know that I have 3 ferrets, who are lovely tiny boys, but probably needs a little bit of clarification. I wonder if I could actually get a... Because actually, there was an ESA run not too far back where he had his ferret on stream. I'm unsure if there's going to be a large enough... there is some downtime during this run where I don't really have to do anything and I'm just waiting for stuff to happen. I'm not sure if it's going to be long enough for me to go and grab one of my ferrets, but I don't know. Maybe there's a possibility. Maybe I can recruit my recruit my partner to go and retrieve a ferret at some point, but we'll see. Because if other runners are showing their ferrets on ESA, I want to show my ferrets on ESA. That's a fair enough request, I think. A ferret off, if you will. Although all ferrets are kind and gentle. So this insurance fraud is actually going really well. I'll be honest, the Vice King insurance fraud usually causes me the most issues, I would say. But this is going absolutely swimmingly, he says. So usually when this happens, yeah. When I get that long load screen, it means the game does not know where to put my ragdoll. And unfortunately, it puts me a very, very long way away from where I actually crashed. What's the best course of action here? I think I'm going to try and steal this lady's Jeep. Something that's really nice about this game is that if you just press the button to get in the car, if you press Y as the car drives past, the AI that was in the car sort of freezes and lets you catch up to them, which is really nice. The games after this do not do that, which, you know, I get is more realistic in terms of, you know. To be fair, I think if you're ever comparing realism in Saints Row games, you're probably barking up the wrong tree. But we got 2 more levels of insurance fraud to go, so let's hope for some big crashes. That's a pretty good crash. Only 56,000. It should have probably been a little bit more than that, but the entire, like, I can never be too angry with insurance fraud, with like getting bad crashes or what, because it's essentially, you know, it's pot luck. Whenever I'm doing like lots of if I'm consistently streaming and doing, oh, that's a really nice crash. Thank you, sir, for crashing into me. If I'm doing lots of streams like day after day and I'm doing lots of insurance fraud, it can start to get a little bit grating when, you know, you feel like it feels like the game can be against you sometimes. But thankfully, not actually happening this run. That's a really nice beginning crash as well. I'm actually going to steal this man's cop car. Wait, why is this civilian robbing the... What? Dude, so that's partially part of the reason why I love this game is just... the AI for the civilians is fantastic. There is never a run of Saints Row that does not have something funny happen with one of the civilians, basically. I need to be careful here, because that policeman, he is desperately chasing me. And the bad news is that if he actually chases me when I am ragdolling on the floor, he will instantly bust me, and I will lose all of my progress for this level of insurance fraud. And considering I'm on the final level of insurance fraud, in fact, I'm going to run him over just because I'm that nervous. Oh, actually, no, I've lost my wanted level. Never mind. He can live. I am... Oh, no! Oh, that poor police officer. I don't think he's living anymore. Yeah, no, he's sleeping. I'm so sorry. Okay, here we go. Oh, no, the zone has moved. So that is actually... Oh, that's really frustrating, because it's moved... it's moved to one of the zones that is furthest away from the next mission. Which means that we will lose... we will lose some time on the next mission, just by virtue of the fact that we're quite far away from the next one. Okay. So we have now finished the Vice King's insurance fraud activity, and we can go on. I should also say, up in the top left-hand corner at the moment, when I was referencing Hitman earlier, you can pin one Hitman target to your HUD, and if you do that, if they show up in the overworld, they will appear on your minimap as a little crosshair, which is really nice for us because it means that I don't have to pay quite as much attention to the civilians that are on the side of the street. And it basically finds it for us. Unfortunately, you can only have one of those active at one time, so sometimes that can be a cause of frustration, but most of the time it's fine. So yeah, the drive that I did just then, usually if I can get a zone that the final insurance fraud zone of the last activity, I would hope for it to be closer to where that mission starts, so that the drive is shorter. But hey ho, what you gonna do? It's also maybe a slightly bit concerning that my cop car is smoking, but it's probably gonna end up being fine here. What I'm gonna want to do is I'm gonna corral a bunch of Vice King patrol cars. I'm just gonna shoot at them once so that they all start following me, and then once they're all grouped up is when I can deal with them all then. So I'm gonna shoot that guy, shoot that guy. shoot this man. And shoot this man. So yeah, like I thought, the cop car is indeed going to blow up. But that's okay. It's not the end of the world.
Well, so much for Tanya's hired help. Now get your ass over to the whorehouse and drop that chicken head.
So now we're going to clear out a building full of gang members. You can see all of the gang members on the minimap. Okay, that was nice. So these gang members can be in random positions. Don't worry that these gang members seem to be in compromising positions. Ask your parents about it, I guess. There we go. Just a few more people left.
Damn it, I gotta be on stage.
Just one more person left. So that was actually despite the fact that the mission ended quite far away, our combat there was really smooth, which means that we didn't end up losing that much time. Which is nice. Because I don't like losing time. I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I'm just weird that way, I guess. Okay, so now we actually have a sort of... So the first gang pushback of the game, actually, I misspoke earlier because I said it was in a couple of hours. Technically, the first one is the one that you get here. I'm going to steal this empty police car. No idea why there's an empty police car on the road, but I'm not going to waste it. I definitely would like an empty police car because, again, it's a big, fast vehicle. So this is this is sort of like the tutorial to gang pushbacks, is after you have completed that mission and driven one region away, you get this phone call, which is meant to be sort of the introduction to gang pushbacks. Yeah, like I said, this is technically not the tutorial for us because we got one earlier completely out of the blue. So I aimed in a specific place there because obviously I knew where these enemies are always in set positions. Oh, I tagged that guy with the back of my car, but he did not die. I thought he was going to die. Okay. So I'm going to try... This is a pretty hard grenade throw. Oh, I got it in one. Nice. So there are enemies over that wall. That saves me from having to drive around the wall and go and find them that way, which is really, really quick. That's a really hard grenade throw, so I'm pretty happy that was successful. Cool. So I'm going to pick up the second lot of activity, the second lot of Hitman contracts. You're going to see a brief list of all the ones that I can possibly get. Usually, if I've killed Teresa by now, Teresa's the one that I'm currently tracking. Usually, no, did he just kill Dick? No. Oh, he's dead. Oh, he's dead. So that's really unfortunate. So that man on the floor right there, he is one of the hitmen that we have to kill. His name's Dick. We need to kill Dick with a knife, but unfortunately, he got run over before we could get to him. Which is really unfortunate because he's one of the lesser spawning NPCs. I feel like he's one of the NPCs that I don't get every run. I'm parking the car in a specific place here because after I've gone up these stairs and killed these people, there's going to be other gang members that try and get in the house after me. But parking that car there prevents them from coming in. So here we have. Unfortunately, a section where we have to rely on console aiming. Blech. Not a big fan of console aim. Oh, please, sir. Please stay still. Please stay still so I can shoot you. There we go. Okay, not too shabby so far. Honestly, this might not look like it, but this is actually a pretty decent sniping section. I've missed twice, though. Missing twice is pretty bad. Okay, not too shabby, not too shabby. I wish more than anything else that this game would get a PC port. Sadly, it does not look like it will ever be the case. Cool. So that is that mission done and dusted. Was pretty fast. Why is my police car blown up? Okay. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Thanks, game. Instead, I'll have to take this Mini Cooper knockoff. And so we're going to take this tag, and then we're going to do a new activity, which, again, even though it's not insurance fraud, it does involve blowing up a bunch of cars and ramming my cars into things. That tends to be a running theme. And I hope you guys... I hope you guys are not wearing headphones. I'm going to give you a small headphone warning before we go into this activity. Personally, I love it. I think this voice actor gives it his all, and it's fantastic. And in fact, I fully support this voice actor's wish to be a cowboy. And I too will join him. So here we go. 2, 1, go! I hope you I hope you like that man yeehawing, because you're going to hear it 8 times. Possibly more, honestly. You can possibly hear that more than 8 times if I fail the mission. But hopefully I will not.
3, 2, 1,
I hope chat is filled with cowboy emojis. It's my only wish. I should actually say, during this section, I have to take off my headphones I have to take off my headphones. So I can't hear my reader because the headphones don't fit with the cowboy hat. So actually, what I'll do right now, I will not talk for the rest of Demo Derby. So if you want to fill in with any potential donations... Actually, wait, can I... I'm not sure if there's a way that I can... This is the best I can do, I'm sorry, if there's any donations.
We do have donations, and hopefully you can hear me at some point, Joe. We have a $5 donation from Harvey is a good boy. 2 nice cars. Bless this run. Consider this my investment in GameStop.
Oh no, I forgot to get the GameStop top. That's entirely my bad. It's not a problem. I can get it after... I'll have to remember that. Not after Demo Derby, but we're going to do a mission after Demo Derby. And... Oh, that's bad. I'm on my back. Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to have to restart. Yeah, after Demo Derby, we're going to do one more mission, and then I'll have to get GameStop t-shirt. I'm totally sorry. I forgot about that.
Would you like another donation?
I would love another donation.
Okay. We have a $20 donation from YT Sat Run that says, thanks for that wonderful run right now. Saints Row is a dream. The quote, Dawn Civ is happy too, smiley face.
A dream? I would honestly go more with Nightmare, but, you know, whatever floats your boat.
We also have a $25 donation from Snowy that says, hey, Joe, good luck with the rest of the run. Here's hoping Saints Row keeps the shenanigan levels to a minimum.
Well, I think we've already gone past that, but thank you so much, Snowy. I can't believe that this is what it's come to. I have to press the I completely, you know what, I really probably, because I've had this, believe it or not, I've had this cowboy hat prepared in advance for about 2 or 3 weeks. You'd think that maybe I would have thought this could potentially cause issues, but my foresight apparently not very good. This is probably going to be a failed mission here, because I need to kill one more dude. Okay, no, we just about got it. We got literally the last possible car there. Yeah, you have to just give a lot of respect to how this voice actor, he just gives it his all for the yeehaw. And it's actually really sad because Demo Derby is actually included in Saints Row 2 as well, but they really nerfed the announcer. It's a lady who just basically casually says 3, 2, 1, go. It's like, way to downgrade. I want my yeehaws. Oh, I'm gonna try and snipe this dude. Just about got him. Nice. Oh, my phone alarm for waking up in the morning just went off. Sorry if you guys could hear that. I'm up slightly earlier than I would be. Not getting good luck on this demo derby, sadly. My car is stuck. Hello? Hello? Okay, well that's a restart. That's unfortunate, but my car is stuck. Oh, I'm gonna have to switch ears, you know. That was actually hurting my shoulder. Oh, is that going to count as my kill? It did not count as my kill. That's sad. Only 2 more levels left of Demo Derby. It's not going great, I'll be honest. And this one might also be a reset because a lot of the cars have already blown up. We might get lucky here. Let's get this guy. Okay. 1 more level, and then I can ditch this cowboy hat, and then finally wear my headphones normally. Okie doke. And then I'm going to have to keep reminding myself to get the GameStop t-shirt. Okay, that's 1 car out of 3. One car out of 3. Let me get that guy. Yes, just about. And finally 1 more car. And then we are done with the demo derby, and we can say goodbye to the shouty man, goodbye to the cowboy hat. There we go. Finally, I can finally hear again. Hello. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do, just so I remember. So this is actually how you do cheats in this game. So it's GAME. Oh, STOP. Activate cheat GameStop. What you don't know is that's actually not a cheat code for Saints Row. That GameStop cheat code is a real life cheat code to inflate the stock price by $10. That's not true. Just for clarity, it's not true. I have no bearing. I have 0 bearing on the GameStop stock price. Okay, so now that we have GameStop successfully activated, we're going to do this mission, which is called Stacking the Deck. This mission is notorious for messing me over during runs in very interesting ways. So, this truck that I'm about to steal, this truck has turned invisible, this truck has gotten stuck in the floor, this truck has gotten stuck in a tree. This truck likes to get stuck in places, is what I'm trying to say. We have to go take it to the Saints Row garage, or garage, depending on whichever one floats your boat. It's a fairly linear trip, and not much happens other than, again, because so this is actually like a similar, it might actually have a little bit more health than the truck that Troy drives. This is a pretty tanky vehicle, and it can withstand a lot of punishment, so you can actually just plow into cars and they will explode beneath you, which is pretty good, honestly, for normally whenever you hit a car in this game it spins you out, but not in this bad boy. I think this truck's called the Peter Liner, I believe. So it does require a little bit of finesse here as we come up to this corner. Not this corner. I've said that way in advance. Not even this corner. Okay, so it's this section now. It requires just a tiny bit of finesse, because those trees on my right-hand side are not actually destructible, and then we quickly go in the corner there. There we go, and we complete that. So now what we can do, because we're actually pretty close to our house, we will go and get GameStop. Actually, I wonder if I start this hostage mission... Oh, dude, this is going to work out really well. So I've started this hostage mission. This is, again, so when I was talking earlier about thinking on your feet, this is sort of one of those moments. So because I'm taking a trip that I would not normally take to this section of the map, I'm going to do this. Now, this actually gets us a little bit of respect. Not much. It's only an extra 300, but, you know, it's pretty nice. No, special t-shirts. GameStop. This is the GameStop t-shirt, lads. What's happened to my arm? What? Okay. Cool. Yeah, we're wearing it. It's a shame that it doesn't actually say, like, GameStop on it or anything. Let me take your car, because you are faster. Yo, that man just tried to shotgun me. Actually, I think it was a woman. Okay, so now we can actually go and continue with the route as we normally would. Cool. So yeah, small detour there. Just a small one. Honestly, actually, I like this top a lot. I think it's got a really nice version of the Saints Row Fleur de Lis.
Let's go put some motherfuckers in the grind.
Okay. Unfortunate. Oh, actually, is that Louise? Okay, so this is, again, yeah. Goodbye, Louise. You shall be missed. Get in the car. Stop doing circles, please. That's, I actually almost missed that lady. And if I would have missed that lady, it's not the worst thing in the world, because she actually has a set spawn later on. But getting her now is good for my respect generation. But it's always good just to have keep an eye out for potential Hitman contracts that are around, because yeah, you have to take out Louise with a rocket launcher. So this mission, we are taking back this factory, or not taking back. Sorry, we're taking over this factory. Unfortunately, my followers just sort of desperately tried to catch up to me here, but I just say goodbye to them. Like, we get little pop-ups that are like, you have 30 seconds to revive your follower, and I'm just like, no. No, I will not revive my follower. Goodbye, buddy. Your service is noted. Okay, so we got to kill all these people. That's a pretty fast... clearing out of them all. But not too bad. Okay, so now we have yet another respect generator, another way to generate respect coming up soon. It's another activity called Chop Shop. Kind of similar to the fact that with Hitman, we need to kill people with specific weapons. With Chop Shop, we need to deliver certain cars. Now, I'm going to do that by... One of the cars that we need is a taxi with a street hood. So I'm going to call this taxi. Unfortunately for this poor taxi man, I'm not going to get in the taxi. Instead, I'm going to say goodbye to them, because it's slightly quicker than robbing them of their, or hijacking them. But we're going to visit the car mechanic and get a street hood. And that's the only modification that we actually need for any of the cars for Chop Shop. Hello, officer. Don't mind me, just passing through. So the cars that we get for Chop Shop specifically are cars that have set ways to spawn them in. There's a long list of cars that you can actually deliver to Chop Shop locations, but they mostly would, if you're doing the game casually, you would have to rely on them to spawn randomly in the overworld. And during a speedrun, we do not wish for them to spawn randomly, or we wouldn't want to try and base the route around something spawning randomly in the overworld. So we're going to get the taxi, which is a set spawn, and deliver the taxi. And then we're going to call an ambulance, but not for me.
Don't worry, we'll send the first available medical team.
Oh, that's entirely my bad. I skipped, unfortunately, if you skip the call before it actually ends, they don't actually come, so...
We'll get someone to your location stat.
That's entirely my bad. I wasn't really thinking straight there. Hello, lady. Sadly, meets the same end as the taxi man. Because we want to deliver an ambulance. And then, last but not least, is that a Destiny? Is that a Destiny? No, sir. Okay, so this is actually... Remember when I said that we don't want them to spawn in the overworld? I lied. We do want them to spawn in the overworld if they're a Destiny. Because a Destiny means we don't have to make any modifications to a Destiny, but we can deliver it straight away, which is really, really, really nice that we actually got that. That's quite lucky. You can get a Destiny in a set way, which is why it is one of the cars that we do deliver. Usually you would have to call your friend the Wheel Woman, and she would come and deliver a Destiny to you. But if we can skip that phone call, then we definitely will, because it's much quicker. Okay, so this next stronghold can go poorly, but most of the time it's fine. We've got to ram a bunch of shipping containers into the water. And I'm going to be trying to... Because this bulldozer is extremely hard to maneuver, it takes a long time to reverse, the route that we take is going to require as little reversing as possible. That's pretty much the only optimization for this mission. Ooh, I almost fell in the water there. That would have been less than ideal. So this shipping container is always... Oh! The RNG! Dude, the Los Carnales are helping me out. He just rammed it into the water for me. Okay, this is... Oh, no. Okay, so that was almost definitely going to be a best split. It was going to be one of the best times I've ever done this mission if I didn't just, for some reason, randomly miss the shipping container. It's a big enough target. I really have zero excuse for missing that, but... I don't know. The sun was in my eyes. Let's say it. And then the final one... And we want to quickly get out and kill this guy before he despawns, because he's got a rocket launcher. And we want a rocket launcher. Oh, that's actually, believe it or not, that's actually still a best split. I don't know what that says about my run. I am, obviously you can't see the splits on screen, but I am running splits on the side because the mission order for this game, remember when I was talking about the fact that my memory is like a sieve? Having the mission order in the splits makes it so that, you know, I don't have to put all the mission order in my head. I can just glance over to the side and see the mission order. Okay, so we're going to take a taxi now. I think is this the first taxi we've actually taken in the run? I think it is. So taxi is a service that you can do within the game. to go to one of any location. And we're going to take it straight to this store, because this store is where the next mission is located, which is McManus Says Hello. We're going to rob this taxi, because after we take this mission spawn, there is no cars on the road. So if we rob that taxi, it means that the taxi waits there for us. And the taxi man tried to get back in the car, which I don't know why, but he did. So right there on the right-hand side of the road, there was a man in an orange t-shirt. Now, he is actually a hitman target as well. Sadly, we can't get him right now because he needs to have a baseball bat to fulfill his contract, which is unfortunate because he's a nice hitman contract to get out of the way. And he's a pretty common spawn, but for the first half of the run, we generally, because you can only have one melee weapon at a time, we generally stick with the knife because there are more hitman contracts that you need to kill with the knife. There is Teresa, Dick, who we almost got earlier but was run over tragically by the random pedestrian. And then Alan as well is another knife hitman contract. We're going to take 2 tags on this mission. Oh no, Julia. Okay, so that lady, she ran in front of my car. I specifically tried to swerve away from her. Like, I literally, I tried, Julia, I tried. We're going to take this tag as well. And then onwards to the rest of the mission. So Teresa actually can spawn in here. She has not spawned in here, though. That's the same. Teresa is one of the hitman contracts that I really do like to fulfill earlier on, because she's a big chunk of respect. But sadly, not today. I almost failed that jump, and that would have made me restart the mission. So it's good that I didn't, but hello, Joe, what are you doing? Okay, I tried. You can skip that last climbing animation, but it actually requires a bit of a precise jump, which I did not achieve. This is another one of the sniping levels. But we're not going to use a sniper because we've got rockets, and rockets are better than sniper. This is if you guys ever played GTA 3. GTA 3 copied this game. If you ever played Bomb the Base, that mission, you might be questioning the time dates of releases. Trust me, GTA 3 copied this game. Okay, so we're going to wait for these guys to get out the car so that they're nice and stationary. I'm going to pop a rocket, pop a rocket, pop a rocket. Then we're going to retreat slightly to dodge that rocket. And once again, we are back to console aiming. And that was honestly pretty clean. Pretty clean. Considering like how that mission can go sometimes, that was pretty clean. Okay. And now we say goodbye, cruel world. We take that death intentionally because it's a death warp to the hospital, which is a little bit quicker than taking a taxi. And if we've done everything correctly, a tram should be spawning in shortly this way. And again, so even though we have to wait for this tram briefly, this is still faster than taking a taxi to this zone, because you can only take a taxi to places that you've actually visited. We haven't visited this zone, which is where the next mission that we're going to take is located, which means we couldn't take a taxi there even if we wanted to. But as a side effect, the tram also, for some reason, has 0 loading times, which does make me question, why does a taxi have a loading time? Because if a tram can have a no loading time, then, you know, why can't taxi? But
don't care what Lynn says. You get me
Troy.
those cars and I'll take care of the rollers.
Thank you.
This lap race bullshit.
So during this mission, our AI partner here is going to try and shout at the enemies until they blow up. And that is legitimately, that's legitimately what's happening in this next level. What's actually happened is one of our gang members has rigged their cars to explode so that when they go above a certain speed limit, their car explodes. So our AI companion here, Troy, he goads them until they get so frustrated that they hit the nitrous button, and then when they do, they blow up. And I hope you guys like Troy's accent, because we're going to hear a lot of it about very shortly.
You don't think you can win in that heat, do you?
Hey, get me next to that fucker.
Okay, this mission is very random, because you've got to deal with a bunch of traffic, and also the route that the enemies take is not set. I do think I can outrace you, although I don't actually really need to outrace you. I just need to. So he's just about to trigger his nitros. There he goes, and he's exploded. Now we need to go back and get the other men.
Watching a movie about street races doesn't make you a tuner, buddy.
Doesn't make you a tuner, buddy. I'm not sure why Troy thinks he would become a fish, but...
Don't even bother trying to catch up. Watch the back of my car, bitch.
This mission's fairly easy, but it, like I said, it's a little bit monotonous. Wait, what happened to the other driver?
That didn't look fun.
What? Okay, now that I just best splitted that by like 5 seconds, because for some reason, for some reason, the other car just exploded. I don't know why.
One of our cabs right out to you.
Meet me at the tea house in Chinatown.
Okay. So we're going to take a trip here to the mechanic, because it's the closest zone to the next mission that we need. But also because you can rob the mechanic and get a police car from it, which, as we said before, is one of the faster cars. Wait. Thank you. For some reason it didn't count first time round. I'm not sure why. So not only is this the location of... Not only is this the location of the next mission, it's also the location just before we take the mission. We're going to go in this place because it's the third and final activity for picking up Hitman. Cool. So now we have all of the Hitman targets that we need, and we need to, as we go through the game, keep an eye out on the specific people that we need to take down to fulfill those Hitman contracts. I'm a little bit worried about the time of day. I can't tell if it's just foggy or if it's actually nighttime. If it's nighttime, we might be in trouble. My character just fell over. Okay, no, it looks like it's just a little bit foggy. If it was nighttime, then we wouldn't be able to get into this this building. So we've got a lot of money now from all the activities that we've done so far. So I'm going to go ahead and just refill all of my weapons, as well as getting a bunch of grenades and swapping over to the 44 Shepherd. The 44 Shepherd is a really, really good pistol, really, really strong. And also, we don't need a Vice 9 anymore, because there's we've already gotten the Hitman contracts that we need for the original pistol. So now there's two more contracts that we need with the revolver. Also, the revolver is one-shot kill. Pretty much anywhere on the body. This next mission is super boring. it's meant to be like you're meant to be like chasing this character, but you don't actually chase them because they're on a set spawn, and you can take a detour from them, and it takes like 30 seconds. So if there's anything to read out at all, now would be a great time to do it.
Yeah, of course. We have a $50 donation from Snowy. Hey, Joe, good luck with the rest of the run. Hopefully there's not too many more shenanigans from the game. We have a $6.90 donation from Anonymous that says, hello from Hamstream, Joe. Have a good run. Also, can the reader give us her best yeehaw? So my apologies, Joe.
No, go for it.
Yeehaw!
Oh, that was fantastic. That was proper cowgirl yeehaw. Okay, so yeah, this mission, super boring. You're basically under no threat at any point. Like the mission even says, like the little mission objective, if you get outside of their red circle, it's like they're getting away. It's like they're not getting away. I am 10 meters in front of them. They're definitely not getting away. But we are going to say goodbye to them briefly. Actually, I'm not going to go quite that far ahead. I'm going to quickly just drop back a second. There you go. And now I'm going to speed ahead, because even though you have to chase them up to this point, basically this mission is all a farce. You're not actually chasing these members. For this, so I should actually probably say the entire game revolves around taking down 3 different gangs: the Los Canales. Sorry, not the Los Canales, just Los Canales. Don't say the Los Canales because that doesn't make sense. Oh, Hot Dog Man. Oh no, we need to blow up the wiener, because he is a lot of respect. Oh no, he's dodging. He's weaving. Okay, if this happens, then there's we knock him down, and then do that. Okay. So sorry, yeah, there's 3 gangs that we have to take down: Los Canales, the West Side Rollers, and the Vice Kings. And they all have their own different stories, and they all sort of, culminate in the end of the game. And specifically for the West Side Rollers, the quirk, I suppose you would call it, the quirk with the West Side Rollers is that one of the members of the Saints is trying to breach or work undercover of the West Side Rollers as if she was one of them. So all of the missions that we're doing right now are sort of like ways for... The purpose of the previous mission was, even though we were chasing that car, it was sort of set up as a farce because we wanted Lynn to be painted as a hero, even though obviously she's working for us. So we arrive at this mission called Escort Service. Now this is the highest reset point for runs. And this mission is one of the few down points of playing this game on the Series X. Or at least as far as we can tell. So obviously this game came out on the 360 originally, but it is playable via backwards compatibility on the Xbox One, the Xbox One X, and the Series X. Now the Series X is actually the best console, for replaying it, because it gets rid of all of the frame rate stuttering that was plaguing the original game. But the one side effect that is really bad is that whatever sort of drives the AI, it seems like their AI has more ticks to activate, and they're basically just more aggressive. It's actually a pretty common problem that you usually find with remasters of games, or something like the Halo Master Chief Collection as well. I believe suffers from the same issue, where the AI sort of become more aggressive as a side effect of the frame rate or the game running faster than it usually does. Okay, so the good news is that this has actually gone really well. However, when I was talking about the AI being aggressive, The one that is really, really problematic is this third stage. Now, the health bar for the truck, the final truck, can literally be gone before I even get to the truck, if I am really unlucky. It is seemingly random, and we've actually... That's really good. The fact that the truck has barely been hit so far, that's actually fantastic. This is not going to be a problem. Which is a big... that's a big relief for me. I believe when I ran this game at GTA Marathon, I think I failed that mission twice or 3 times from just not being able to get to the third and final truck. But thankfully, we got it first try here, which is really, really nice because definitely one of the pain points of the run, I would say. It's a very worrying mission. Always causes me worry. So we're about to do the third and final round of insurance fraud. But thankfully, this is because of the new Hitman route that we're doing. Before we did Hitman, we had to do all 8 levels of all 3 insurance frauds. Thankfully, we don't have to do that anymore. We are going to do this insurance fraud, providing I can do this tag. We're going to do this level of insurance fraud up until we have around 15.5 respect. There's some leeway on how much you can gain, but we'll see how it is. Okay, so we got a really good starting zone. Because we don't want to do too many zones for this insurance fraud, getting zones that are all closely grouped together. Sorry, I got hiccups. Getting zones that are all closely grouped together is super beneficial. And my character fell over. Okay. Oakley dokley. Let's do the second zone. Hopefully the second zone goes okay. Also, again, just as a reminder, I am keeping an eye out just in case. Ah, that's unfortunate. See, I rammed directly into that car, but no eject. Thankfully, we've actually been spared a lot of... That happens a lot during the run when I'm doing my streams. Thankfully, it hasn't plagued this run very much, which is nice. Okay, so again, 15.5 respect is... Oh, that's going to be big money. Ah, sad. If I'd have gone just a tiny bit further, I think the game would have given me a distance multiplier and I would have finished level 3 in one go there. But sadly, just a little bit out. So because my cop car is actually smoking, I'm going to trade cop cars with this dude. I hope that's alright, mister. Yeah, thank you. And then, yep, that's enough to get level 3. So that should take us to 15 respect-ish. Oh, no, 14.5. That's not too bad. So this is probably the last zone that I need to do here. In fact, because it's a marathon and I want to play things a little bit safer, I'll probably do 2 zones. I'll probably do this one. Even though I have 15 respect now, 15.5, I'm just going to do another zone just to be safe. Marathon strats. Because there is technically a world where I finish this with 15.5 respect and then I get screwed over because I don't... like, there's a possibility that I just miss every other Hitman contract that I need to get for the run. It's unlikely to happen, but, you know, the possibility's there, so I'm just going to play it safe for the marathon. There's another Bucky right there. I took a dive out of the side of the scoring zone. Oh, look at the minimap. That's so unfortunate. That was very close to being inside the zone. Okay, probably one more crash should do it. One more crash. Sadly, all of our speed got killed there by that oncoming traffic. There we go. Okay, cool. So now we've got definitely probably. What does definitely probably even mean? But we've probably got enough respect now to finish the run. Providing, I mean, there is a chance that we just, don't get any other Hitman contracts, and we might be in trouble if that happens. But thankfully, for this mission, for this run in general, I actually put my estimate quite high at 4 hours. The reason being is because there is a ton of variance in this run. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. There is a lot of things that can go right as well, but there's a lot of things that can sort of really, really mess up a run, and you can end up losing several minutes from sort of like a simple mistake. So I thought I would play it safe, and I think it's the right choice to do a higher... what am I doing? To do a higher estimate here. Okay, so we're going to track John. I'm sorry if anybody in the chat's name is John, but unfortunately I have to kill you with a sniper rifle. It's nothing personal. During this mission, I'm going to do 2 tags as well.
I got a good feeling about this. I think it'll be a nice bonding experience.
So I don't know if you heard there, but if you were listening to Johnny Gat, the AI character that is currently alongside me at the moment, he skipped his lines of dialogue. Now that is actually something that happens a couple of times during the run. It didn't seem to happen to me too much when I played on the original 360. It seems to happen a lot now that I play on Series X. So again, I think there's something frame rate related there. It's not honestly useful for most of the run, but literally the final mission of the run, or the final gang mission of the run, it's actually really, really useful. So hopefully we get it there. For some reason, I didn't... Usually, I just run over this fence. I don't know why I didn't this time round, but... lost a little bit of time.
There's our boys. Let's drop some bites.
Yeah, so even though my PB is 3 hours, 28 minutes... and 2 seconds... the estimate is about 30... Oh, that's not good. That's actually really not good. I might be in trouble here. So, do I have any food? I have a burger. Thank God. Praise be. So yeah, if I didn't have a burger there, I would be in big trouble. In this game, you can recover your health by chowing down on a big old burger. And I had one, which is very lucky because I was very low on health. There was a chance that I could have died.
If the cops are working for the Kings, you gotta get up the street fast.
Oh, no. Do not bust me. Do not bust me. Do not bust me. What's happening to my neck? Okay, we're good. We're good. Panic over. Come on, game. Come on. It's a marathon run game. Just be a little bit kind, please. So here is John. There goes John. I have no idea what happened to my neck there. I got crushed between the lamppost and the pavement, which is that's a horrible way to go. Well, I suppose I didn't actually die, so it's fine, but... Okay, pretty clean mission overall. Not too shabby. We got a little bit lucky with the fact that we had a burger. Because health pickups in this game are random, so sometimes you don't actually have them.
So this guy's the mouthpiece for the Colombians.
Oh! I was too busy drinking. I forgot to skip the cutscene.
Do we have time for a donation?
Yeah, this is just a big long drive, so go for it as many as you want.
All right, so we have a $50 donation from Dragon Seal that says, "Love the run. Very fun. Good commentary. Thank you." Thank you so much for that donation.
Thank you.
We are raising money for Save the Children, and if you'd like to get your donation in right now, links to donate can be found below the stream. So go ahead and get those rolling in.
It'll probably take him a while before he's got the crew organized enough to make a move on us. If and when Angelo finally steps, he's gonna send Victor to do the job. Now I know you think you're all badass.
Oh, okay. So, oh, please don't despawn. Okay, so just out of
You got some serious background.
when I was. Wait, why did that guy not? Okay, so I killed Jose there, but for some reason it didn't count. Okay, that time it counted. Very strange. I killed. It was the same civilian model. It's a good job that I kept a lookout for it, I suppose. But yeah, the first guy, for whatever reason, didn't trigger the Hitman Activity, because this is a very stable game. Very stable. Always works. Everything goes as intended all the time.
Oh, fuck the Colombian. We gotta get out of here. You can't touch us.
This I have to dodge. I have to drive back to the row, and this is actually a pretty nerve-wracking drive, because if I drive slowly or if I crash at all, it means that I probably won't lose the guy on my tail. So I really need to make sure that my driving is stellar and that I don't. The problem is that sometimes the AI traffic can really mess you over here. So hopefully that does not happen, because, well, that would make me sad. If the AI does mess you over, you lose about, I don't know, anywhere between sort of like 40 and over a minute, because if you don't lose them now, you have to wait for them to get to you at the church. Okay, fantastic. So I've already lost them, which is really, really good. That means that I'm gonna be going pretty fast into the next mission, which is fine and dandy. Although the next mission, I'm not out of the woods yet. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's interesting that that civilian said that he's seeing things, and I also must be seeing things, because I thought I saw a Hitman contract, but I didn't. Okay, this next mission, one of the hardest missions casually, I think. It's not too hard for a speedrun, but sometimes you can be really messed over by stuff that you sort of don't have much control over. Usually in the later half of this mission, there's lots of bullets flying around and lots of people with submachine guns. If you haven't noticed by yet, enemies with submachine guns are always the most dangerous in this game. Their high rate of fire means that if they are at all accurate with their bullets, they can really, really lay into you. Something that we also want to do during this this mission, is if we can find an AK-47 at all on the floor, we do want to pick it up. If we don't find an AK-47 from one of the downed enemies, we're going to lose about a minute, unfortunately. I could have prevented that minute time loss by buying an AK-47 before the last mission. Sadly, I forgot, because I'm a professional speedrunner. We're going to use the revolver here to take these guys out at range, and then we're going to dive back into the church, because this seems to be pretty consistent. If I dive back into the church for a little bit, hang out for a couple of seconds, it seems to trigger the AI. They seem to spawn in a lot faster than they usually would otherwise. It's a nice little bit of AI manipulation. There's a few types of AI manipulation that we can actually do during this run, but sadly, a lot of the time they're not super consistent. Okay, so we've probably got 1 or 2 more waves of Carnales. Carnales, just in case, just to clarify, Carnales are the red gang, one with all the red colours. Oh, my health is super low. Okay, I'm gonna have to regen. I'm gonna have to regen here. Oh, sorry, Julius. I did not mean to do that. Oh no. There's an enemy gang member in here. Oh, please don't shoot me. Okay. The health regen takes a lot of time to kick in. I'm gonna have to hope that the Saints are doing work out there before. Like, I need a lot of health for this section. Thankfully, it looks like they actually did pretty well. Good job, Saints. So we're gonna spam our grenades that we bought earlier, because blowing up cars is pretty much the fastest way to kill people. Okay, unfortunately I keep blowing up my followers, which I'm not intending to do. Oh, is that an AK-47 on the floor? It is. Thank you very much. So the reason why we need an AK-47 is for a Hitman that we're going to do in the mission after this one. Okay, so that was actually a pretty fast mission. So hopefully I can get the double rocket on these dudes. Oh, just about got it. Just about. And I'm going to go kill this guy, finish him off with a shotgun. Thank you. Okay. Nice. That was very good. And we are now going to do a mission, which is sadly, this mission is very boring. It's a bit of an auto-scroller, or at least the second half of this mission is a bit of an auto-scroller. So I do apologize. But there is stuff that we can do whilst it is auto-scrolling, because essentially we have to defend an area for around 3 minutes. Oh, hello, Don. Goodbye, Don. We're going to be searching the area that we have to defend. There's a lot of Hitman contracts that can actually spawn in around that area. So we're going to be keeping an eye out for those, and hopefully getting some more respect generated for the run so that we can continue. So actually, I have to be careful that I don't crash into anything right now because I have a bomb in my car. We're planning to blow up a part of the police station so that we can store some goods into a truck and steal them. Oh, no, that's not good. You see, I don't want to do any bad crashes like that. Stuff that can make your car spin out into weird and wild ways is very bad when you have a bomb in your car. That's what my dad always used to say anyway. It's famous saying in our family. When you've got a bomb in your car, don't spin out in wild, crazy ways. Okay, so we're about to deliver the bomb to the police station. No! Okay, I got so... No. Oh, no. This is a soft lock. Please don't soft lock. Okay, it's soft locked. I have to restart the mission, I think. Or not. Okay. Well, it's not a soft lock. That's all I care about. You know what? It didn't work how it was meant to, but it worked. If it's dumb and it worked, it ain't dumb. At least I tell myself that. That was, I'll be honest, was kind of worried, because that is a pretty big time loss. It's about I lose 2 minutes if that fails. So sometimes when you get out of a car, sometimes it will like accelerate or decelerate away from you. If it happens in that position, there is a chance that you can't get back into the car, and it's too far away to be considered next to the police station to blow it up, and then the mission times out and you lose the run, and then you curl in a ball and you cry. Or at least that's what I do. Maybe the second part is optional, but it's my preferred method of how to run this game. Just take up the fetal position, try not to cry a lot. You know how it is. You know how it goes. But yeah, again, if there's anything to read out at all, or any reminders about the charity, we've got nothing to do for about 1 minute and 30.
All right. Well, I just want to give a quick reminder to our audience that ESA Summer 21 is raising money for Save the Children. Save the Children works with communities to create safe and creative preschool environments to keep children well fed and healthy, and to take teaching materials into homes so the whole family can support a child's education. You can help give children a future by donating during this event. If you'd like to donate, you can find a link to the donations below the stream. We also have some wonderful prizes that you can donate towards. So get those donations rolling in right now.
Yeah, definitely. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic cause. And I've always loved the work that ESA's been doing with Save the Children. I mean, the shirt that I'm wearing right now is actually an ESA 2016 Save the Children shirt. I've been going to ESA now since 2015. 2015 was my first one. So it's been 6 fantastic years. Okay, so we're going to jump on top of this police car and then on top of the truck so that we can get in it instantly. Oh, something that I'm also meant to do. I'm meant to be tracking Bill, because Bill is going to show up in an FBI van, and when he does that, we're going to jump out with an AK-47. And in fact, there he is. There is Bill. So, some of you may have seen the Tarantino film. This is the sequel. It's a lot shorter. There's less Uma Thurman in this one, but only marginally less. Oh, there's a helicopter. Hello, helicopter. Goodbye. Sadly, my follower did not get in my truck in time, so he's just been left behind, which is a little bit sad. I need to be really careful on this mission, just because these FBI vans are actually really relentless. And despite the fact that the truck does have quite high health, like we said earlier... where am I? Okay. Despite the fact that we have quite high health, if the FBI vans are relentless enough, they can damage it enough that they can blow it up. So we really want to make sure that doesn't happen, because that would give me the big sads. The medical term. I'm just looking out. Sometimes on the corner here, there's a hitman contract called Juan, who we can kill with a shotgun, but sadly, he is nowhere to be found now. So when I was talking about relentless FBI vans, it's right now. This is less than ideal. Yeah, look, so you can see my van is already white smoke. That's pretty bad news, because the van is super tanky, but when it gets white smoke, it means that there's not that long left. Thankfully, our mission objective is just this garage up here, so we are fine. As the FBI van rams me straight in there. Blimey. So, now we have this mission called House Call, which is another mission where we have to rely on our AI companion. Now, you may have noticed there's a bit of a theme with this run, in that the AI companions tend to be less than useful, shall we say. In fact, I would go so far as to say downright useless.
I checked out that address Manuel gave us.
But we persevere. We persevere.
I want to be there when we take that bastard out.
Okay, so we're going to pick up Dex from the church. There we go. Weirdly, one of the few missions where you don't actually have to wait for like a load screen or anything. Dex just comes straight out the church. Oh, there's a cop car. That's fantastic. So I was gonna rob that gun store. I was gonna rob it, but thankfully, the fact that there's a cop car there anyway means that I don't have to rob it, and I can just steal this dude's, which is nice. during my stream, this is usually where we run a prediction for whether our AI companion will hit the utility pole. So the second half of this mission, we have our AI companion driving us, and he is actually the worst driver of all time, and he very frequently hits a utility pole that is just like, you know, straight in the middle of the road or whatever, which is always really funny. But he's dodged it quite a few times recently, so maybe he'll dodge it this run. We shall see. I don't know if ESA runs predictions at all, but if you wanted to run a prediction for if Dex will hit the utility pole, then yes or no. But I'm not sure if ESA does predictions. I'm not sure. Probably should have cleared that before the run started.
Alright, the mansion's coming up. I got your back. Just make sure I don't get killed, okay? Here we go. Hey, I really appreciate it.
Okay, so there's a high chance here that Dex dies, and if he does die, this is one of the few times where we actually have to go back and try and revive him. Because if we try and enter this cutscene while he's dead, then the mission ends. It fails, which is weird because not every mission works like that, but this one does. Anyway, this is the AI driving companion section. You're going to notice that I'm going to be utilizing a glitch to rapid fire my rockets. So if I fire a rocket and then change to another gun and then change back to the rockets, it classes as like an instant reload. Whereas usually, so like if I was to fire, my car health is really bad. This might be a fail. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, the usual fire rate is this. So this is without. That's without instant swap. But with instant swap, it's kind of hard to get the rhythm, but once you get it, it's pretty good. Yeah, there's a chance here that we do die before we hit the pole. So the pole is coming up. The pole is this pole that I am looking at right now. You must be thinking, surely there's no way he can hit that pole. I regret to inform that Dex has in fact hit the pole. I have no idea why his AI pathing is so poor there. Oh, Dex, please don't kill the run here by dying. I would be very sad if he was to blow up this car by his bad driving. But I think we're good. Crossing my fingers, I think we're good. We are good. Whew. Whew. Oh, sorry. I was paying attention to Twitter on my phone. Sorry. Forgot to skip the cutscene. Again, I'm a very professional speedrunner. I've been doing it now for many years. You can probably tell by how professional I am. So this mission is one of the harder ones. It's a gang take-back called Charlestown Warehouse. It's not actually hard until the very end, but the ultimate section of the mission of this stronghold is one of the hardest. So hopefully it goes okay. We shall see. This is also where we're going to find out if you remember that gang pushback that we got earlier. This is where we're going to find out if we... Okay, yeah, so unfortunately, it looks like this run we're going to have 3 gang takebacks, which is really bad, and is a bit of a shame, but never mind. Oh, that guy's got an AK. I want it. So yeah, sadly, we got 2 minutes now of basically doing nothing. And then, like I said, the end section of the run of this mission is really difficult. I'm actually just going to camp out here for the most part and take a small... If this is a quick reminder, if anybody's been watching along for the entire run so far, We have now had 2 hours pass, so if you haven't taken a small break to get a drink of water or anything like that, do make sure to get it right now. This is your official hydration reminder. It's very important to stay hydrated. Especially when you've been talking for 2 hours. It's definitely feeling it a little bit in the throat, you know? So I am going to periodically pop out of my cover here and just thin the herd. Because if I don't, then they will cause me issues in the final section of this this stronghold activity. They seem to all be chilling out behind this truck so that I can't get them. Just a little bit of a pain. How many rockets do I have? I have 5 rockets. That's not too bad. Also, I hope you guys like Rainy Mood. I actually really like the rain and thunder sounds in this game. I think they're really soothing. Which is a little bit discordant with the actual gameplay, I suppose, but okay, so this is the part that is hard. So we have to kill 2 people with rocket launchers. And that went through his legs. That one also went through his legs, and I'm gonna die. Okay, cool game. That's how we're gonna play it, huh? That's how we're gonna play it.
Head over to the docks.
Unfortunate is the only thing we can say there, but that's a bit of a 3-minute time loss. But I did warn you, the end of that mission is difficult. I cannot believe both of them went through his legs. Both of them. Unfortunate. Unfortunate is the only term I can describe. Actually, no, there probably is other terms I could describe. I'll refrain from them. Oh, blimey. Okay. It's a very good mission to stay hydrated on, because there's a lot of downtime where we're not actually doing anything. Looks like the AI of the enemies has stopped here briefly. Just let's check out Waluigi's side profile. That is glorious. Thank you guys again for choosing Waluigi. I think he's probably my favourite character. He's my favourite canonical Saints Row character. As we, you know, Saints Row, you've got all your favourites. You've got Julius, you got Troy, you got Dex, you got Johnny Gat, you got Waluigi. We got all those characters. I just realised that I've not been thinning the herd like I should be. Okay. That lady just threw a pipe bomb. Please don't do that. Okay, here we go. Try this again. Okay, there's one guy down. And there is 2 guys down. So you can see the variance of the end of that mission can be pretty high. Sadly, we did lose 2 minutes for our troubles. But it's not the end of the world, it happens. We've just got to accept that it is Saints Row. Okay, so now I'm going to do something that's hopefully really, really big brain. So this man has a baseball bat, which I'm going to steal from him. And then Thomas, for some reason, has despawned. That's sad. Okay, no, it ended up not being Big Brain. So I thought I saw Thomas in, but maybe he despawned. Oh, no, there is Thomas. Okay, here we go. So, unfortunately, I do need to kill my gang member here, because if I don't kill my gang member, he will try and kill Thomas for me, which I do not want. Because if he gets the kill credit for Thomas, then we don't, so... Okay, that's a big brain move that can help you. It's something, again, that you have to think about if you can do it on the fly. But that situation has actually happened to me before, which is why I had it in mind. This section of the run is probably like the most consistently hard section of the run. This mission can be really difficult to do correctly. Mostly just because it requires good aim, as well as dodging rockets. So those two things combined often cause issues for me. Okay, so that's those guys dealt with. That was honestly pretty fast, because remember again, we are contesting with console aiming here. There we go. Not too bad. Not too shabby. That really that can go pretty badly sometimes if we don't do that correctly. So I did not throw that grenade far enough, and then I fell on the floor. Okay. Okay, not the worst stronghold that's not the worst that's ever gone anyway. But yeah, right now we have a string of four Carnales strongholds that we have to take from them, and they're all pretty difficult in their own way. The one that I'm about to do now is probably the easiest of all of them. But even this one has its issues, because the enemies in this stronghold can use explosive barrels to kill you instantly. It doesn't happen often, but it happens often enough that it scares me that it can happen, so... We shall see how it goes. So specifically the first barrel to be scared about is that one, that white barrel on the right. But we managed to get past that one just fine. There's not much you can do during this mission to make it go faster. I'm going to blow up that barrel preemptively, because if I don't blow up that barrel, then the enemy does, which ends up being quite bad for my health bar. And just 2 more tags for this stronghold, and we are good to go. I'm going to try and jump over this barrel. I did not, but I tried, and that's what matters. It's the taken part that counts. So this mission is done now. If there's anything to read out, this would be a great time, because I am going to have to do the gang pushback, which is kind of boring. So.
All right, yes, we have a $150 donation from Adion. It says, utilize lots of hope.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much. That's crazy.
Yes, thank you so much for that generous donation. Also, I'd like to tell our viewers about some of the prizes we do have that you can donate towards. We have a very cool Bomberman Perler bead sprite that you can put your donation towards. Also, we have the This Is the Run, a custom ESA-themed Nintendo Switch Pro controller. And that is a minimum bid of $30 towards Save the Children. And we also have a very, very cool Ratchet & Clank PlayStation 5 bundle. So if you'd like to know more about those prizes, you can look at the links to donate below the stream. Also coming up later today, we do have a Trackmania run that has an incentive where Rasta will actually flip his controller upside down for one track as soon as this incentive is met. The goal is $1,000. We currently have $529.49 for that incentive. We just need $470 more.
That actually sounds crazy. I really hope that gets met. Okay. So I'm not sure if anybody... I'm not sure if you saw, but during that section there, I got really lucky, which is nice for this game, I suppose. But my gang members basically completed the pushback for me without me having to drive over and do it for them, which is really nice. Probably saved, I don't know, probably a good 20 or so seconds, which is quite nice. There's a nice bit of good luck in the run. Maybe the person that donated about the hope, maybe that was the reason why. So just taking a look at my overall respect right now is almost 13, which is a really nice point to be. It's a really nice place to be at this point in the run. So that bodes really well for the later stages of the game. Thankfully, during this mission, we get a small reload of our rockets, because there's a rocket spawn that's on the floor. My controller just... Okay. I thought my controller disconnected there, but I don't think it did. It was just a weird Saints Row bug. I'm just going to travel to the very top of this this weapons plant and place a bomb. If you ask me, the structural integrity, I don't think that bomb really does anything to the structural integrity, so I don't really know why I have to place it, but I guess it's a video game. We hand wave it away. And that is that activity, or sorry, that's that stronghold dealt with. Okay, so now we have the next mission in the run, which is called Green with Envy. And this mission can either go really badly or really poorly. So, hopefully it doesn't go badly. I feel like that should go without saying, but you never know. It's also where we are first introduced... Oh no, I mean it's not first introduced, but it's sort of the first point in the speedrun where you really get to hear Mila Kunis, who did some voice work for this game. I do wish that I had a better car than this. This is a pretty poor car. So I'm not even sure if I should really take this car, to be honest. I'm going to ditch this car. So it's pretty bad. And hope for a better car to spawn. You know what? We'll take a halberd. I like a halberd. I always like these cars because they're clearly meant to be like knockoff Mini Coopers. And I like the Mini. I always think Minis are really cute. I don't have one. I can't drive in real life. But when I learn to drive, I will get a Mini. Okay, so during this section, this is sort of our first properly... We did go here back when we were... doing insurance fraud. But this is the first time that we really sort of spend a lot of time with weapons in the downtown area. So there's a lot of Hitman... Oh! There's a lot of Hitman contracts that we need to watch out for. So do keep an eye on the minimap. I mean, I would say if you see it, shout it out. But obviously, with delay and everything, I wouldn't see it. And also... Ooh, okay. Yeah, we're never staying in one place for too long here, so... Gonna pick up Mila Kunis. Don't know why her actor is so slow here. She like really, really leisurely just walks out here.
We got some time to kill before Tony's back.
Anytime.
Might as well do a little shopping.
Anytime. There we go. So my voice is definitely going. We've got an hour left of the run, so we'll see if my voice holds out. But I can feel it, man. I can feel it in my bones. We'll see how it goes.
Can you believe that?
So these voice lines are they're always in the same order, and they're always at the same tone and cadence. And honestly, they're kind of grating, but that's
Blaming me for losing prom court.
it's sort of meant to be what her character is. So we'll give her a pass, but.
Anthony better have killed Gap by the time I get home.
But I do like that she directly contradicts herself in her voice lines here.
Stop by Friendly Fire. I'd like to pick something up for Tony.
Oopsie daisy. I did not take that corner very well.
King really should start listening to Warren.
So King should really start listening to Warren.
That's coming out of your tip. Warren and Anthony are both so clueless.
But Warren and Anthony are both so clueless.
King has to learn to get with the times.
I'm not sure how both of those things can be true, but there it is. You heard it from
Sometimes I just want to say fuck it all and go to Hollywood.
the Mila Kunis's mouth. I missed! In what world was that a miss? Oh no. So this is actually a section where we're gonna try and get dialogue skip. Hopefully we can. We did. Nice. So you can tell that we can get dialogue skip by, like, Tanya's gonna get in the limo.
These are our boys, and I don't want them getting hurt.
Probably didn't have any. Take me back. It's the same.
So you can see that her dialogue of lines are all sort of being played over the top of each other. That's exactly what we want. Because basically when well, to be fair, I knew that we had gotten dialogue skip before that, because she exits the shop sooner, which is where the real time save comes from. The fact that she basically goes into the shop and immediately runs out means that you got dialogue skip. Now sadly, we have one little saint. We have one little saint here who... Oh, wait there. Is that a Hitman contract? It is. Okay. This one boy is following me quite heavily, so I'm going to try and take an unorthodox route to try and cut him off. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. It's honestly, it's a 50-50 about whether he can actually make it through there alive or not. I think we're probably fine here. We are not fine here. Okay. Okay, he's really chasing me quite hard. Hopefully doing a big loop-de-loop. Yeah, okay. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Sometimes that can happen. If the saints that are following us, sometimes they can be a little bit too persistent and lose us some time. But it's also partially my driving. My driving was not the best during that mission, and that's partially why they were able to keep up to me so closely. So this mission is always nerve-wracking, because this final section here, it's very easy to die to these enemies, because they all or most of them have revolvers, which are one of the highest damaging guns in the game. Okay. So our next mission is one step ahead. And this mission is quite upsetting, for lack of a better term. So there's a really cool strat that we can do. However, there seems to be a chance that it can softlock, which obviously we don't want in a speedrun. I am going to try the strat once, because if basically if the softlock occurs, then we can just restart the mission. It's fine. Like, you don't lose the run or anything like that. But in my most recent PB of this game, it actually did softlock here, and it's always a bit of a bummer because it's such a cool strat. This strat was actually found by the one and only Dr. T Chops. Don't know if any of you guys are aware of Dr. T Chops. He's a very nice boy.
Stopping those hijackings really fucked things up for the rollers. They got a whole list of cars that they're planning on jacking. Make sure they can't find what they're looking for.
Okay, so basically the objective of this mission is to find a bunch of cars that the rollers want and to destroy them. Now, these cars are actually, there's a few set spawns that they can actually be. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to these set spawns before the rollers get there and blow them up preemptively. Now, you can't actually blow them up as you would any other car because they're coded to be invincible, essentially. But what we can do is turn them on their backs so that when they... That's going to roll over. So that when they do... No, okay, okay, so I'm not gonna bother with that one because it's being naughty. So the softlock, we probably won't softlock because the softlock actually occurs when that one that I just tried to tip over, sometimes it can tip over, but the game never actually registers it as being exploded. So you're just sort of stuck with it being in a non-exploded state. Oh, this is actually kind of bad. I just realized that I didn't change my car, which means I'm stuck with a limousine here, and a limousine is not a fast car. So I'm going to try and change my car at some point. But I don't know if you saw there, so I did have 4 cars left to destroy in the top left-hand corner. But the moment that I exploded one, the counter went instantly to 2. And the reason why that is because of the first car that I tipped on its back with a grenade. So yeah, if everything had gone correctly... Please stop being on fire. If everything had gone correctly, that mission would have ended by now, because the Jeep would have been on its back and it would have already been exploded. Sadly, we did not get that, but... because we did blow it up, its health is going to be fairly low. And we can just blow it up there. So, not too bad. Not too shabby. We are going to now go back to the church to do the next West Side Rollers mission.
Yeah, got the address. We'll be there soon.
And let's have a quick check on my respect. So I've got 11 respect right now. Unfortunately, we've not had great luck with the Hitman, which is a bit unfortunate. If we'd have gotten 1 or 2 more Hitman contracts, our respect would be sitting a little bit prettier, but sadly not today. So what I am going to do, it's probably a bad idea, honestly. I'm going to restock on my ammo. I'm going to buy some of this. I'm going to buy a shotgun, 12 gauge. Refill my SMG. And refill my revolver. And I'm going to shoot. And the reason why we're going to shoot is because we want a cop car to spawn in. And hopefully that cop car is now empty, which it is. So there's a small fighting section at the end of this mission, which can go poorly. There's a lot of enemies in a small space, which can oftentimes lead to unfortunate circumstances for me. But hopefully it goes okay. I am going to look out, because I think Teresa has a chance to spawn in at the moment. There's a lot of... nope, not her. So whenever there's like a... There's always a chance for certain NPCs to spawn in. But similarly to how cars are spawned into the game, NPCs are also grouped similarly, so that when you start to see certain civilian models spawn into game, there's a higher chance for other civilian models to spawn in. So I am keeping an eye out, just in case, because I'd really like to get Teresa right now, but it looks like it's not going to happen. Nope, there she is. Just about. Sorry, Teresa, but that is a lot of respect. Okay, so this combat section, like I said, it's possible to die, but we are good. So sadly, I don't know if you guys remember, but at the beginning of the game, we were talking about Lynn, how she had to infiltrate the West Side Rollers. Sadly, she just died in that cutscene that we skipped, which is a shame, because she's my favorite character in the run. I think, like in the game casually, I think she's she's the coolest informant. Okay, but that is going to be... I'm pretty sure that's quite good for our respect, the fact that we managed to get Teresa there. I'm going to take this tag because it is on the way. And then we are going to kill one of the leaders of the West Side Rollers, called Mr. Sharp. He's going to be pulling up in a car just about now. And we are going to be there with a rocket launcher, much to his chagrin. Okay, good. Okay, so this next mission can be really difficult, because there's a lot of explosions going on, and explosions are very unpredictable in this game. So hopefully everything goes fine, but be prepared for it to not go fine. That's what I'm saying.
Lynn found a storage garage with a roller stash some of that.
Okay, that's one car done.
What do you say we
2 cars done.
insurance is?
3 cars done. You know what? Okay, I'm on fire. Okay, this was a good mission. A good mission is quite rare on this one, so... Oh, that's not good though. I didn't hit that one entirely. Nice. That was a really nice mission. Okay. Let's take a quick look around for Alan, because Alan has a chance to spawn in here, but he did not, so we're going to take a taxi instead, straight back to the church.
All right, there's a cab in your area on its way.
And we're going to use that time to briefly hydrate. I don't know, I did said that like David Attenborough. And here we have the native speedrunner in his habitat at a marathon. And he is at the drinking pool. I'm quite tired. I don't know if that's at all apparent, but I had to wake up a lot earlier than I usually wake up for this run, because I tend to work a little bit later, but never mind. So this is actually quite a fun mission. I find this mission quite fun. We've got to take down a convoy of West Side Rollers. I am invisible. What? Why am I? What?
It'd be crazy to charge that convoy head on.
What? Okay, whatever. That's never happened. That's never happened. That's so strange. That's neat. So I am aware that there's a glitch that you can do in this game to get that result, but I've never managed to get that result by not doing that glitch. So that's kind of cool that can happen. Just for some reason, it said I was in the car, but I wasn't actually in the car. Very cool. But so yeah, now we're going to try and take out the West Side Rollers. I really like this mission because you get the chance to show off your aiming skills, your rocket aiming skills. Now, I'll be honest, I don't have the best rocket aiming skills in the business, but it is fun when you can get a few good snipes. So we shall see if I am able to get a few. Wesley. Oh, it went straight through the goalposts. Okay. So sadly, if the rollers are too close to my car, I don't want to use my rocket launcher because the explosion radius will damage my car. And even though most of the time you're fine in this mission, if you get unlucky, Julius's poor driving. Okay, so remember when I was talking about not rocketing things close to me? Sadly, I'm not sure if you saw that because it was kind of hard to tell, but there was a bit of car debris that got kicked up, and sadly, it was right next to my car, and it damaged my car. And now I've got half health, which is sad. Unfortunate would be the words I would use. Also, I've got cops on my tail. Please leave. Nice. Nice. The thing is, I don't know if I can. You can't really call it a snipe. Oh, that was almost a snipe. You can't really call it a snipe if I'm firing off that many at a time, but very nice, very nice. I like that mission a lot. It's fun to shoot rockets, and also just it's fun to play around with the rapid fire rocket glitch, because you only ever get to use it when you've got an AI companion that's driving for you. So it's fun to mess around with it. Okay, so now we have the finale of the Los Canales. I keep saying the Los Canales. Don't say that. It's just Los Canales. Now we have the finale of the Los Canales. This is a really fun mission, but it's very difficult. This is probably the single hardest individual strat in the game, is to get a quick cycle. To get a quick cycle for killing the boss here. But we've got a pretty long drive before I get there, so if there's any donations, this would be a good time, or if there's anything else to read out.
All right, we have a $25 donation from Golden Axe. No comment, but thank you so much for that generous donation.
Thank you.
And we are still accepting bids for the Trackmania and Trackmania 2 runs later today, where for one, Rasta will flip his controller upside down for one track as soon as the incentive is met. The goal is $1,000, and we are currently sitting at $529.49. So if you'd like to get your donations in for that, you can find them in the links below the stream. So get those donations rolling in now.
Yeah. I just realized I haven't stretched in a while. Never good.
Man, you're a better shot.
Sadly, I can't, you know, get up and stretch, but... Okay, so this is the strat that I was talking about. So, first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to try and shoot the plane early with an AK-47. That's to sort of, it's to butter up the plane, because we need to blow it up with 2 rockets if possible. The reason why this is hard, or the reason why this strat ends up being quite hard, is because the route that Dex takes is never consistent. He takes, you know, he roughly takes the same route every time, but it's never the same position, which means there's not really a consistent setup, sadly, for this trick that we're going to try and pull off here. But we're going to try and essentially do a double rocket glitch before... No, see, I was too high, way too high. Okay, we got 1 at least. We got 1. We might be able to get the second. Okay, we got it. That's okay. So it's not the best result, not the best one, but the fact that we got it at all is decent. It's very, very hard to pull that off. So the fact that we got it at all was nice. But you can, if you are super quick with your double rockets, if you're super quick, then you can kill him before he even, like, you know, goes around that corner. So, thankfully, at the end of that mission, this car is basically a set spawn. Sometimes it doesn't spawn in, but most of the time it does. And this is one of the, I don't know if you guys remember the chop shop activity that we did earlier. We've got a second chop shop activity, which takes place in Chinatown, and we're going to go deliver this car there, because it's a decent chunk of respect. So from this point on, towards the end of the game, we have 15 missions left, and I've currently got, well, I've got 8 respect, but it's almost 9 respect. So we're looking pretty decent, to be honest, because we're about to deliver 2 cars. About to deliver 2 cars, so this is the first one. In it goes. And that should take us to about halfway through 9. And then we're going to quickly go over to... oh, what's gone on here? My car is mounting the other car. We're going to go to the garage here, because one of the cars that we get as a reward for like, you know, progressing through the story missions, this car just so happens to be a car that we can actually dump at the chop shop. So again, like, similar to the previous chop shop activity, we only take in the cars that are actually set spawns, because doing ones that are not set spawns can cause issues. Or I mean, technically, you know, if you were lucky enough, like, for example, I mean, it can't happen, but for example, if a sports car called an Atriazzoni was going by on the streets here, then I would definitely pick it up and modify it and turn it in, because it's a big chunk of respect, but the chances of it happening are so low that it's just sort of not worth thinking about, really. Okay, I am on the floor. This is one of the harder strongholds, just because of the sheer amount of enemies, but we do ignore most of them. Sometimes, so the weapons that they can use in this mission are random, and if we get unlucky and the weapons that they use are strong weapons, then we can lose a lot of health. But thankfully, the weapons that they were using here are pretty weak, so we're all fine. But yeah, we have to rescue our homie, and then take out the pimp at the top of the dungeon. A dungeon? At the top of the police station. Oh, that's not good. There we go. Not entirely sure how I missed him that many times, but... Oh, that's not good. So the fact that she just damaged me does give me cause for concern. Okay, it's fine. So we... Get out of the way. We had to... She's blocking the door. I couldn't get past. What was I saying? I can't remember. She ruined my train of thought. I'm blanking. I completely forgot what I was talking about. Okay, we're going to jump over this fence here for another tag. And we've already... So this is usually the area where Jose is most likely to spawn. But we actually have already gotten him right now, so that means that during this mission there's not going to be much to do. You're just going to have to wait for the enemies to roll in, and then we sort of kill them one by one.
The rollers have been taking a lot of interest in a receiving station in the truck yard. Go and check it out. But be careful. Who knows what they're up to.
Yeah, this is sadly one of the less active missions. Although I'm getting lit up by those two guys. Blimey, their aim was true. Thankfully, I've got 3 tacos. Oh my god, I didn't realize I had 3 tacos. I'll take a taco. Actually, to be fair, I don't know if this is a controversial opinion in chat at all. But I would say, in my opinion, burritos are greater than tacos. By far. Just in my opinion. I don't know about you guys, but I always find it's much harder for a taco to like contain the foodstuffs that you're filling it with. Maybe maybe I'm just making tacos wrong. As you can tell, this mission is riveting. So riveting that we have moved on to taco burrito discourse. But there really, unfortunately, isn't anything to do to speed this up. We just gotta chill out, wait around for a minute and a half for the enemies to roll in and periodically shoot them. I can even do it one-handed. Like, I mean, just going back to taco burrito discourse, I'm not saying tacos are bad. I don't think they're bad. I like tacos. I'm just saying, if I've got the choice of something that's going to hold all of my meat and stuff safely in a nice little cozy package, you know, in my opinion, tacos are like the chaotic evil, sort of. Actually, no, not chaotic evil. It'd be like chaotic good, whereas burritos are clearly lawful good. It's a little bit disappointing, honestly, these kind of missions, because they do pop up a lot in this run. It's a bit disappointing, because I feel like my shipping container just disappeared. I think it's a little bit disappointing, because I think that the concept of defending an area is not necessarily uninteresting. The problem is that the rate at which the enemies sort of flow into the area you're defending is way too slow for it to actually be challenging. Which is where most of the frustration, I think, comes from for me, for this level. Or these levels. What we are going to do here is do a carefully placed rocket into the cab right there to take it down. And then we're going to rocket ourselves. Intentional. The reason why we're doing that is because it's a death warp, which is really close to the next mission. And this is actually my favorite mission in the entire game. So the whole concept of this mission is, obviously, we are the 3rd Street Saints. But what we try and do during this mission is try and trick... Going to try and trick the city into thinking that the Vice Kings are causing trouble. The reason we're doing that is because the Vice Kings and the police have got a sort of, you know, shady deal sort of set up where the police turn a blind eye to what the Vice Kings are doing. Now, we're going to blow up so much stuff that the police can no longer turn a blind eye to it, basically. That's the concept. Well, I thought I had a 5-0. That's entirely my bad. I just lost about 20 seconds for no reason. Not a problem, but I thought I had a police car in my garage, but I do not. Something that I think is quite cool about this mission, and in fact what I am going to do is I'm going to track Billy Bob, because he can spawn in during this mission. Something that I think is really cool about this mission is that you can actually do it non-sequentially. And it ends up being faster non-sequentially. The game doesn't actually, I mean, it's a bit of a, you could maybe say it was a bug, because the game doesn't offer the mission to you non-sequentially. It's just the fact that all of the objectives are there to be taken before the mission properly starts. So what we're going to do, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the ultimate objective of this mission and clear it first with a cheeky grenade to the statue. Is that going to hit? Nope, it's not going to hit. It did hit. Okay. I wasn't sure because it was tipping so slow. It was tipping so slowly. I wasn't actually sure. I am going to shoot that police officer though. The reason why I'm shooting that police officer is because I want a 2-star wanted level. So if I can get a quick boost to my wanted level, it's going to save some time. So I mean, like, technically the first objective of this mission is to get two wanted stars. And my car is on its side. But what we're going to do is shoot that lady because she is an objective. And then we are going to shoot this lady because she is also an objective. Now, despite the fact that we don't have 2 wanted stars already, it still works. In fact, I'm going to shoot this police officer here as well because that's going to really boost my wanted level. There we go. So there we go. Now we have 2 wanted stars, and we get like the. So he says there, the first thing we're going to do is torch a couple of stores. But we've already done that, so we don't actually have to do it when he says it. Now this is the only objective that we actually do in the correct order. Is we knock over some, like a bowling ball statue, or sorry, a bowling pin statue. And we're also going to pick up 2 graffiti tags on the way as well. Sometimes you can get really unlucky. Oh, sorry, yeah, keep going.
Sorry, Joe. We have a pretty important donation here. We have a $10 donation from Madov that says burritos are better than tacos.
Definitely.
I'm gonna have to agree.
Yep. Johnny, get in the car. Okay. Johnny, get in the car. There we go. I love the AI for this game. It's just a wonder to behold. Well, I'm glad the taco burrito discourse, something good came from it rather than me just filling the time. I should have started an impromptu bid war. That's how to get the donations rolling in. Okay, so now the last objective here, which for some reason I didn't go over the top of that barrier, but fine. So we're going to get in this bulldozer. Now this bulldozer is what we would have destroyed the statue with. But the moment that we get in the bulldozer, the game checks to see if the statue is destroyed. It says, yes, it is. And the mission ends. Which is nice. So now we are going to call up a taxi to the next mission. I'm sorry if the the water drinking is audible, but my throat's hurting. Let's go. So let's go here to my home. Now, usually I would get a car out, but I'm honestly a little bit unsure if it saves time over just running to the next objective, so I'm going to run. Because even though obviously running is a lot slower than a car, the fact that I don't have to, you know, go through the menu system to get the car and then turn the corner and everything, I think it probably works out a little bit faster. Okay, so let's have this is a small AI section where they're going to do the driving for me, so I can take stock. So I have 7 respect right now, and in terms of missions left in the game, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 missions left. So I need 2 more bars of respect in full. So we're going to look out for them. Look out for hitman contracts that we can potentially fulfill. And there's a few tags that we can pick up as well. This is another mission where we're going to abuse the rapid fire rocket glitch. Because it is good and fast.
Okay, we're coming up on one of the meetings. You sure you know how to handle that thing?
Hopefully my aim is true. Especially the next shot. The next rocket shot is really difficult because you have to weave it through like a bunch of trees for it to hit correctly. But let's see if we can get it.
I'll get that bad boy ready. There's a meet up ahead.
Let's give it a go. Nope, did not get it.
Time to say hello to Stillwater's finest.
That's okay. It doesn't really lose that much time. Maybe loses like a second or 2. I'm fine with losing a second or 2. I think if you ever do choose to learn Saints Row, you have to be fine with losing at least a second, because you're going to be losing several minutes at many points during the run. Oh, what? That first shot I thought was accurate, but it was not. Blowing up those cars before they have a chance to ram into me. Even though the quotas don't deal any damage with firearms, they do ram into your car, which really drastically lowers your car's health. So you want to kill them as soon as possible if you can.
Payoff is going. What do you say we crash their little meeting?
Okay, got everyone there. That's nice. Okay, that car just that car just disappeared into the ether. Don't worry about it. Just standard Saints Row stuff. Okay. And that's pretty much the mission done. We do have to be a little bit careful because there's a lot of enemies here. Okay, here we go. That's fine. It was a little bit nerve-wracking, but it ended up being okay. I'm not sure why the enemies are being so relentless. They're usually not this relentless here. Okay, and that is the mission. Nice. Wait. I know that we weren't meant to read chat, and I've not been reading much chat, but I just saw a message from Kolash64 in the chat. And that just happens to be the one, the only, the famed Joe Mama. It is my mama. Thanks, Mum. So unfortunately, this gang war that we have now is one of the worst gang wars that you can possibly get. But it's we got it at a decent-ish time, so it's fine. Honestly, it can be a lot worse. There we go, there's that guy. I just need one more guy who is hiding beneath the tracks right now. Oh, he's been killed, okay. Well, I mean, I'm not sad that he's been killed, but... I need a car. This is quite slow. This is one of the worst gang wars that you can really get. Just because the enemies are sort of spread all over. There's no really quick way to go between them all. But still, not too shabby. Also, there is a side benefit. There is a side benefit of getting this gang war, and it means that we spend more time in downtown, which technically means longer... Oh. It technically means longer amount of time for the Hitman contract that we want, the Billy Bob, gives him longer to show up. But it does not look like he's going to spawn in this run. He's not going to be kind. That's okay. This mission, this stronghold, is fairly simple. We're just going to go around blowing up a bunch of cars for like the next 2 minutes. So if there's anything to read out, now would be a good time.
Yes, of course. We have a $35 donation from Farinir that says, "You're a madman. Clearly tacos are superior. You just can't beat the crunchiness." And with that, I'm actually going to be handing over the mic to Tiny Tim, who will be hosting the rest of your run.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure.
Thank you.
Hello there, folks. How are we doing? How are we getting on, Joe?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Very good, thank you. My name is TinyTim78. I'm going to be the host for the next part of the run here. Please keep those donations coming in. Remember, all your donations go towards Save the Children. We've raised $15,893. Can we reach 16 by the end of this run? I don't know. Can we? Let's see if we can.
Yes, we can. Like Bob the Builder. If there's one thing Bob the Builder taught me, it was that yes, we can. Okay, so thankfully this mission did not softlock. There is a high chance for this mission to softlock, funnily enough, but you can always tell if it's going to softlock because the top layer... It's almost time for your Saints Row party. What? What is that? I am being genuinely honest. I have no idea what that means. I have literally zero idea what that is. Thankfully, so this car that we're trying to blow up now, they can take a bunch of different routes that are possible. And they actually gave us the best route possible, so that's quite nice. I don't know what the Saints Row party is. I'm sorry, like that's an Xbox 360. So it's like a Xbox notification.
A lot of VKs have been seen going in and out of a grocery store.
I'm not sure what that is, I'll be honest. But hey, I mean, let's have a Saints Row party, guys. Why not? I mean, Xbox thinks it's about time that we had one, so why not? Okay. So there's a lot of fighting in this stronghold, but it's mostly standard because even though there's a lot of enemies, we sort of deal with them sequentially. There's no real danger of being like bursted like so there is in some other strongholds. But nice, that was a pretty good mission overall. That's actually, I just said that's a best split. That's the fastest I've ever done that mission, believe it or not. So the reason why that's mostly a best split though is not because my combat was fast. It was actually because we ended the last mission so close to the final zone, like to where we would pick up that zone. Oh no, actually, I'm meant to be calling a taxi right now. Meant to be calling a taxi. Let me do that.
If it's within the city, we'll get you there.
If it's in the city, we'll get you there. Just while we're waiting for the taxi to come get us, I'm going to go take this tag. Thank you, officer. Or not officer. I don't know. Taxi man. So now we're going to go and travel to Price's mansion. Despite the fact this is a bit of an unassuming mission, because most of the time, this mission goes just fine. However, there's a chance that the enemies, as we try and drive away, are really unkind, and there's a chance that they just like completely block us in. And if that happens, it might be bad news bears, but we shall find out. And the reason why it's such a problem is because we're going to get this is the fastest car in the game, the Atriazoni, but the health on the Atriazoni is really low, so you need to be really, really careful that, you know, it doesn't take any damage or doesn't take... See, stuff like that is really bad. No! No! Okay, remember when I said it was an unassuming mission? That's why. That's unfortunate, man. That's unfortunate.
Go to his uncle's mansion and steal the prick's car.
Unfortunate is the only word for it, I'm afraid. Okay, so let's just try that again. But this time, with feeling. Also, I just realised I called it an Atriazoni. It's just an Atriazoni. Wow. Streamer doesn't even know the names of the cars of the game he's played for several hundred hours. Words are hard, man. If there's one thing we can agree on, tacos and burritos aside. Oh, don't do that, sir. No, no, none of this. None of this, please. That man has a rocket launcher. That man has a rocket launcher, I repeat. Okay, I am forgiven. Easy. I was never worried, not even for a second. Okay. Oh, I did a mistake. I meant to get this... I meant to take this before I drove past it. That's a shame. Oh! My doorbell is going. I hope my partner is awake. Because otherwise, I'm a bit busy. Okay. So, this mission, we have to kill people as quick as possible. This is actually one of the hardest missions to stay alive in, because there's just the sheer amount of enemies in such close quarters often leads to your health sort of evaporating very quickly. We've had a pretty good first two objectives so far. Oh no, he hit me before I hit him. I just got pistol whipped. Okay. Okay, it's not too bad. My health is looking a little bit worse for wear, but I don't think we're in any real danger of dying. I said I don't think we're in any real danger of dying. Oh! Hide behind the door until the mission ends. Okay. Okay, we were in some danger of dying.
Meet me at the car dealership. We're ending this tonight.
I just shouldn't talk. Everything I say just jinxes myself. I just shouldn't talk.
Sorry to interrupt. We do have an important donation when you've got a minute.
Yeah, no, go for it.
Okay, we have received $107 from Winnie. That's who says, "Here's to 16K." With that, we are now met $16,000 raised for Save the Children. Thank you so much indeed for all your generous donations. We've also received $5 from T-Pat, who says, "If everyone who can give $5 would do so, we would overshoot the 16K mark by far. So chat, can we get a $5 donation train going?" Well, we've already met the 16K, but keep going.
Yes.
Every dollar counts towards Save the Children. Thank you so much indeed for your amazing donations.
Definitely, no. Thank you so much, everyone. It's amazing stuff. So this mission is very, very scary. Because this man that I'm following right now, he is throwing pipe bombs out the back of his truck. Now, I never did that good in science when I was in school, but I'm fairly confident that if you add a pipe bomb to a car, tends to not go too well for the car. Or at least that is what I am led to believe. Looks like we're mostly doing all right, though. He's only got a little bit extra health that we need to get rid of. Unfortunately, my car is smoking. Oh, just about squeaked in there. Just about. Not too shabby. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 missions left. We're going to go take this tag here. A, B, Y, L. And usually you can't really call the taxi on the highway, but for some reason, during this specific place,
You need a cab, you got it.
you can. Which is really nice for us. What we're going to do is we're going to take this to our house, take this taxi to our house, even though it's not that far of a distance. The really good thing about it is the fact that we now get an Atrazoni for the next mission.
These bitches are trying to take Humboldt Park from us. Get over here and
Okay, so the last gang war of the game will be Humboldt Park. That's honestly not that bad. It's one of the more common ones that we do get towards the end of the run, so it's fairly standard. Is that? Was that Richard? I can't see. Is that Richard? That was Richard. There we go. Okay, so now we actually have enough respect to finish the run, which is really nice. It's really nice that we have that guarantee. It's really nice to have that guarantee, because now we don't have to waste any time taking extra tags that we might have to do otherwise. But yeah, so the reason why we took a taxi to our house is to get this bad boy sports car, which is very fast. It's the fastest car in the game. This car is actually so fast that if you add nitros to it, it doesn't even gain speed, and it's that fast. The speed stat of cars maxes out at 100, and this one already has it, so... Oh. Have a small stretch. Ooh, that was almost bad. I crashed into the ambulance, and an ambulance is a heavier vehicle than an Atrazoni. So there's a chance when that happens that the Atrazoni just stops dead. Thankfully that did not happen. But let's go pick up Ben King. So this man is actually... he was an enemy for most of the game. But he turns to our side because... so he was the big leader of the Vice Kings. But his lieutenants turned on him. And he comes to us for help. Because he used to know the gang leader of the Saints, Julius. These two used to know each other. And they actually used to be in the same gang. But no more. It is the lovely voice of the unfortunately late Michael Clark Duncan. He's got a fantastic voice, and his voice work in this game is pretty stellar. Okay, let's see where we're at. Okay, that's actually really good. So Warren tipped over immediately. Wait. Okay, so Warren tipped over immediately and died. However, one of the gang members threw a grenade and tipped him back over. But it's fine.
So long, Warren. Thanks for your help, son. Now.
I didn't expect that. I did not expect that. Okay, so there's only a few more missions left. There is, after this mission, there is 3 standard gang war missions, or sorry, three standard missions about the gangs, and then the credits play, but then there are 3 epilogue missions that we need to finish as well. So 6 missions left in the run. It's been a pretty decent run so far. I am going to come. I am going to say that I am going to be very vastly underestimate. I'm not trying to jinx myself, but I will be vastly underestimate. So we did get, this run is really, really good. Might want to contact the other runner who is ahead of me, just to let them know that their run might be a little bit sooner. Or at least, would be scheduled sooner. It doesn't matter if they're late, I suppose, but...
Alright, let's get this shit started right. One of the safe houses is at the north end of town. Come on, man. That's just
the current pace is about... I don't know. About 3 hours 35, I would say. 3 hours 30. Like it's a pretty damn good run, all things considered. I know it might not seem like it, but because of the variance of Saints Row, there's been some things that have gone really bad and some things that have gone really good that have actually sort of caught us back up. I'm about 6 minutes behind my PB, so yeah. So probably like 25 minutes underestimate, which is a vast amount. Which is a bit of a... it's a bit of a nightmare for the scheduling team. As someone who has run marathons in the past, it's actually not a good thing to be that far underestimate, although it might seem like it from an outsider's point of view. So for this mission, I have to lead these people into a gang. I need to lead these gang members into a police ambush. That's actually makes no sense to me though, because the police. I think it would make sense if you were leading them into a police ambush for them to be arrested. But I'm actually going to let. I don't usually let this cutscene play out. I'm going to let it play out. For some reason, the police blockade is literally just them dying. So it's like, if that's all the police are going to do, why couldn't I have done that? It's a very, very strange mission. I'm not sure why... I'm not sure why that works in that order, but hey ho. We just complete the game as normal. Okay, get these guys to follow me. Another reason why my estimate was so high as well is because when I actually submitted the game, the Hitman route that we're currently doing had only just been found. And it's actually a lot faster than... Like, when I originally submitted, I actually submitted with the estimate of 4 hours, 20 minutes. One, because of the 420 meme, and two, because that was actually genuinely how long my runs were sort of being around the time. But as we've sort of refined the Hitman mission, I decided to take 20 minutes off that. But honestly, could probably, I could have safely taken off another 15, I think, and it would have been fine. I wouldn't want to take off more than 15 because the chances that stuff can go wrong in this game are pretty high. And when they do go wrong, you lose several minutes at a time. So if I had a poor run, like if I'd have failed a bunch of missions, it could have easily worked its way up to the closer to the estimate. Okay, but this is the last kind of guy that we need to move into the police blockade. I've got an itchy nose. The next mission after this is a really standard gang take-back, so if there's anything that you need to read out, now would be a good time.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. We have received $5 from Mr. Goodbites, who says, $5 donation train to 17,000? Question. Well, let's see, folks. We've already made 16,000 for Save the Children. Let's keep going. Remember, all your donations do go towards one of our fabulous getting you into the draw for our fabulous prizes. It's a cumulative bid, so every donation you give to Save the Children does put you in for those. We've got the Bomberman Perler, a bead sprite. We've got a This Is the Run custom ESA themed Nintendo Switch Pro controller. We've got 2 ViewSonic monitors, and of course the biggie, the PlayStation 5 bundle with Ratchet and Clank. $50 minimum bid on that, but as I say, it is cumulative throughout the marathon. So please get those donations in. Thank you very much indeed.
Awesome. Okay, so this mission is... it can go really well if my aim is true. If my aim is bad, then it can take really long. We'll see which one it is. I feel like my setups for the rocket shots that I'm about to pull off are pretty solid. So I would say that more often than not, I will have correct aim here. Wait, where's the last guy? He's there. Okay, so that might mess up my setup here. Yeah, I was a little bit confused there. But never mind, we got it on the second hit. No, we did not get it on the second hit, we got it on the third hit. That's fine. Okay, so now the second person... Where did that come from? I have no idea. I have no idea where that grenade came from. I killed everyone on the roof. Right? Like, no one was shooting at me. I just got, like, phantom pipe bombed. I have no... So remember when I was saying that, like, Saints Row can just... you can lose several minutes at a time? That's about 1.5 minutes lost. from something that, as far as I'm aware, I had zero control over. Everyone on this roof is dead. Every single person on that roof is dead. If it happens again, just cry. I don't know. Okay. Let's concentrate. Oh, he swerved. Why did the van swerve? Okay, I recovered it pretty well. Then another one should come in from the left. I was a little bit too late. Oh, I'm definitely late on that one. Okay, just about got it. And then there's one more. Gonna guess there. Oh, I was just a little bit outside of where I needed. Okay, my aim is now terrible. Wait. Did that car not blow up? Okay. That's alright, it's my bad. I thought I'd ended the mission. I thought that car was on fire. Okay, there we go. Ow. Actually, you know what we should do? Oh no, don't die. Don't die. I want to do something. This is a very important speed strat, actually. It's going to require a lot of skill to pull off. Legends have been told about whether this speed strat actually works or not. In my opinion, it definitely works. There we go. Now we're definitely Waluigi. We've even got a we've got a purple and white hat. That's really important to the run, by the way. That's some top tier AI manipulation that you'll see that come into effect later on. You won't. I'm sorry. I wasted 30 seconds for putting on a hat. But I can't be stopped. I'm a madman. Gone mad with power. Okay, so this is actually the last. This is the last gang mission of the run. I'm gonna hope for dialogue skip here. So I don't know, it might have been quite hard to hear depending on if that came through or not. But whenever the people in my car are talking, they're talking over each other, and that means that we got dialogue skip. It's really, really important that we do that, because this is one of the few missions where it's actually really important. The rest of the mission, though, is actually just a straight-on drive, so if there's anything to read out, now would be a good time.
Perfect timing. I was just about to ask. We have a very special donation here. I know who this is from. This is from Mama Joe. $40. Just says, well done, Joe.
Hooray.
Thank you very much.
The famed Joe Mama. It's the one everyone talks about. But no, thank you. I love you, Mum. My mum always donates during my marathon runs, and I couldn't be more grateful to have the support. She is a fantastic woman.
Now you're gonna tell me what I want to hear. You understand?
So the dialogue skip that I was talking about earlier, the reason why that comes in helpful here is because it makes Stefan's fear meter, it makes it go up faster. That's actually not good, the fact that I got spun around there, but it's fine. So yeah, it hurts your ears. It definitely hurts the ears to hear all the dialogue play at the same time. But it is faster by about 20 or 30 seconds. It's actually a really... If you can get dialogue skip there, it's really, really good.
I like to be positive. What then? My kind of plan.
The first thing we gotta do is clear a path to the elevator.
Okay, let's go. So this is one of the hardest sections of the run. I would, if I had to rate in terms of combat situations, I'm not sure why that man just got set on fire. I'm not sure why that man just got set on fire, but if I had to rate combat situations, this is probably the hardest section of the run. There is a bunch of hyper-aggressive ladies. There's a bunch of hyper-aggressive ladies right at the end of the... through that doorway over there. And, you know, providing that I actually do it correctly, you won't actually see how hyper-aggressive they are. Oh no, that man is alive. Okay, yeah, so my health is low. Let's eat a taco. Okay. Yep, my followers... Okay, so that... Let's just say I was doing it to demonstrate for you guys, but that is just how dangerous those ladies are. They are really, really strong. It's very easy to die there. Luckily, we had a taco, which is really nice. And so before we can finally hit... That's the last gang war, or... Sorry, that's the last mission of the game regarding the gangs. No, I don't want that. I want this one. However, we still have one more gang pushback to go before we can officially call it done and dusted. So... Fortunately, this is one of the worst gang pushbacks you can actually get, just because there's so many enemies, and they're all really far apart. It's just got to cruise around. Unfortunately, there is no faster. There's no faster way to get where we're going. Sadly, it's a shame actually, because if any of you are familiar with Saints Row 2. One thing that they like, me personally, I do prefer Saints Row 1 over 2, but one thing that they worked on really well for Saints Row 2 was the sort of the connectivity of the map, and it becomes a lot nicer to traverse a lot of places, because there's a lot of places in this game that get sort of cut off by walls that you would hope are not there. But never mind. We have to deal with what we do. So in Saints Row 2, for example, this area that I am the area that had the last amount of gang members is actually conjoined onto this area with the gang members. So if we had got this gang pushback in Saints Row 2, it'd be a lot quicker. Sadly, it is not. Okay, so that's the first set of credits. It's just triggered there, but it is not the end of the game. Still got a little tiny bit until the end of the game.
This is Chief Monroe. If you want
I would like a fast car. A Destiny is fine. We'll take a Destiny.
with a rocket launcher cost my associates and I quite a bit of money.
What? It got me out of the car again. Weird.
So rather than turn Saints Row into a parking
Okay.
lot, I'm gonna let you work off what you owe me. There's a mayoral campaign going on, and I want one of the candidates taken off the ballot. Marshal Winslow is in his campaign bus right now, and he has an appointment with the northbound.
Okay, so what that man...
That bus on the
Oh,
train tracks
I didn't realize he had more lines. Sorry for interrupting you, Mr. AI man.
Don't disappoint me. Julius is counting on you.
So what that man said there is essentially what we have to do. We have to go and... There's someone who's campaigning for mayor, However, another person who is campaigning for mayor is paying us off to basically kill him off. And we're going to do that by hijacking his campaign bus and parking it on the train tracks. This mission can go really wrong. We're going to try and essentially do what... It's essentially a hit and run. We're going to try to rocket the bus and kill the driver instantly, and then hijack the bus. It's generally the way things go. However, sometimes the driver can actually survive the initial rocket shot, but we're good. So yeah, if the driver survives the initial rocket shot, it's bad news bears. Let's go park this on the train tracks. Okay. Thankfully, the bus is quite similar to the other big cars in this game, in the sense that it destroys smaller cars that if you ram into them.
I know you're getting towards the end, but we do have some donations. If you've got a moment.
Yep. No, this is a perfect time.
Okay, we've received, I'm going to try and do it justice, $5 from Waluigi. Waluigi #1! Thank you very much indeed.
Very good.
We also have received Lie Malicious donates an amazing $100. Thank you so much. And says, partner donation from the next room over. Congratulations on your run. I'm very proud of you and grateful you didn't wake me up. Smile.
Oh, that's good. I mean, honestly, I thought I've been quite loud. I thought I was actually in for a telling off after the run. But no, thank you. Lie Malicious is my partner, and she's very nice.
And finally, we have a $50 anonymous donation without any comment. But thank you so much for all your amazing donations. We've now raised $16,205 for Save the Children. So please keep them coming in.
Amazing. Okay, so this is sort of the last mission of the last real mission of the run. Technically, there is 2, but this is the last one where we actually do anything. So we have to go and get a vehicle, first of all.
We only get one chance at this, so we can't fuck this up. Once we hit
Essentially, this mission, we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff with explosives. Now, this mission is very difficult in the sense that whenever you're playing in this game with a bunch of explosives, it's very prone to going wrong because, I mean, to be fair, I think the main problem with explosives is they either do 2 things. They either, 1, set you on fire. Like, if the explosives don't hit you, they hit something else nearby you and set you on fire. Or if they hit you, you do not get the chance to fight back because it either instant kills you or your body starts to ragdoll and you can't do any response. So whenever there's a bunch of rockets flying around, lots of explosions, car explosions, etc., it's always bad news for the player. But hopefully we can see it on through. Apparently we can't drive though. Just make our quick way through here. I said quick way through here, not slow way through here. I'm actually curious how much rocket ammo I actually have at the moment, because I am also going to be contributing to the explosions with my rockets.
Take this. When the funeral procession comes into view, take out Monroe. He'll be the one in the cop car.
Let's have a look. We're going to leave Dex behind briefly. Oh, I've got 10 rockets. That's actually really good. Having 10 rockets here is really nice. Although for some reason my rockets seem to be phasing through this police car. Okay, I'm going to try and keep my distance as much as possible here to prevent any shenanigans. Okay, that's that done. So now we have to make sure that we don't get shot. Dex, get in here quickly. Thank you. Okay, we're on decent luck here because a lot of the time the FBI can mess you up like they are doing to me now. Also, my car is smoking, which is concerning. Honestly, the right play to make here might be to switch to another FBI vehicle. But we're going to keep it going. We're going to, you know, why would we try and play it safe? Why not just try and go fast? But I do need to be careful, because if I get, like, rammed from behind with any amount of force, it's probably going to explode my car. But we need to really quickly get to the forgive and forget. This cop car is really skeeving me out. He's really scaring me because he's following me really closely. Here's the forgive and forget. Here's the forgive and forget, I said. Let me in. No, 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 do not explode now. Okay, we're in. Okay, so that's the last mission of the game properly, but it's not where we call time.
Hello there, young man. This is Alderman Hughes. That was quite a message you said at Winslow's funeral. And trust me, I heard it loud and clear.
So time is coming up in about 30-40 seconds.
Planned to strong-arm the Saints. Personally, I've always thought you and I could have a much healthier relationship. Now, we had a rocky start, yes, but why don't we fix that? Come over to my fundraiser tonight. Julius will be there, and between the three of us, I'm sure we can work something out.
Okie doke. Apparently I am forgiven. So, and time. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. It's about 7 minutes off of world record. So it's, you know, not the greatest run ever, but I'm pretty happy with how it went.
GG.
Thank you very much. That is Saints Row. I don't really have anything to say other than a huge thanks to Caster and Cadnaz for really supporting my streams for this game, and sort of, you know, doing it. And I've been brought a fantastic gift, an absolutely fantastic gift. I'm really happy that this is the case, because I was a little bit concerned that there would be the chance to... I was a little bit concerned that... Oh no, he's touching my face. I feel like if you have ferrets, they should be shown at ESA. That is my decree from here on out. So if anybody owns ferrets and they're ever doing a run, these are my three boys, Pikmin, Nero, and Atreus. Shout outs to those guys because they're nice and cute. But yeah, that's all from me. If you had anything else you wanted to say, then go for it. But other than that, thank you so much for having me, ESA, and I hope that we raise a lot of money and the rest of the marathon's really good. Okay, you can. Oh, no.
First off, amazing ferrets. Absolutely fantastic. They are absolutely gorgeous. I hope everybody likes them as much as I do. I'm just watching them here, climbing all over you. That was an amazing run, Joe. Thank you so much indeed. Before you go, we do have a final donation for you. Yeah. We have Pyro Grunt with $10, $5 for Saints Row. I've had so much fun playing this series. Also a belated $5 for Tim's Dizzy run from yesterday. So thank you so much, Pyro Grunt, for that generous donation. And thank you to everybody who's donated and watched this amazing run. I'm going to leave Joe to his ferrets now. And we are going to be going to a quick intermission. And also, folks, just be aware we will be restarting the stream, okay? So stay tuned. We'll be back after an intermission and a quick restart with something very special coming up. So don't go away.
Awesome.